everybody. Great to have you along. I know there's some very nervous folks. Some folks are already getting the pre-party tailgate going. This is the 110 football watch party for LAFC at Portland, where the Supporters Shield is on the line. We encourage you to join us here. We're not doing play-by-play. We're in the beautiful XRM studios in Burbank.
Only thing that is like a regular broadcast is Max is wearing a sport coat. But otherwise,
But I wanted to dress up for you guys. I want to look good.
Yeah. Well,
let me do our introductions. Vince, Max, Jen Muñoz, former Club America great, Mexican international. You got to be pretty pumped for this as well.
I am so excited, and I do have to say, your shoes. You have to show the shoes. Love them.
Can we get a
10 out of
pair?
10.
We got Sambas for
two
Jen?
iterations.
Yeah, I think I feel left out, but it's fine.
Make it happen, LAFC. We get Jen Muñoz a pair of Sambas. I think we can do that.
Hang out with your friends wherever you are. Tune in so you can, just as a reminder that you're not alone in this. We are here together, and there is a lot at stake now from basically what we saw. LAFC, we had control of the Supporters Shield race coming into the weekend. However, after Charlotte, football lines and all, it looked like a Charlotte Panthers game. It was Carolina Panthers game. It's hard to watch, but who cares? They thumped Philadelphia 4-0. So LAFC wins today in Portland, and the game's going to kick off here in about 5 minutes. So stay where you are. Then LAFC win the Supporters Shield today.
What would be like the metaphor for it? Like they now have one hand on the trophy, or because before they were just like looking at the trophy, but now, like with them having this basically the chance to win it right here, right now, which is what makes this so exciting. Which, if you're nervous, I'm nervous for LAFC games anyways, but now I'm even more nervous. And I know a few weeks ago we were like, it's foregone conclusion. We're going to win it. And then a little bit of a rough patch because we remembered, hey, sports happen. Teams win games. Sometimes they lose games. I'm stoked for this, but my energy is, I might throw up.
Oh, what? Let's not throw up. But
Yeah,
I'm
No,
also
so these
so
Corinthian
excited.
leather couches smell so good, and I don't want to smell your throw up right now.
No, you don't. Okay, I'll keep it in. I'll chew it back. As Wayne's World. We were talking about Wayne's World earlier, so I
Yes,
had to
we
make
were.
a reference.
You're so this LAFC is your club. How are your nerves coming in here?
I'm excited. Honestly, I think that I have a lot of confidence in LAFC. I think going into playoffs, this will be amazing, obviously. And they have the whole city of LA behind them, so they got it.
Did you feel it? Did you feel the excitement? I saw the hats. Look, I tweeted that a while ago. If you go to LA for the masses at MLS, you go to LA, you see bumper stickers, hats, shirts all over the city. I'm not saying that because I work for the club, but it's
I
true.
see it too, yeah.
I drive a lot, like on freeways a lot, and at least one or two LAFC stickers around, stuff like that. You see, and then the hats. Obviously, the hats are everywhere.
I went to Universal Studios last night. I heard 2 "You Suck" Bretoses in one evening.
I'm so glad that I've managed to see that across the population.
You suck, Bretos!
You want to talk to starting 11? They just showed it. By the way, if you guys are watching with us, we're your second screen, so make sure you have ABC on. ABC 7 is where the game is.
ABC, big game.
Yeah,
big
big
lead-in with
game.
Jeff Corwin saving bees, if you noticed.
But let's take a look at the starting 11. Max, what are your thoughts as the starting 11's up there?
Well, we spoke with Giorgio Chiellini, and we said it was Portland. We talked about the artificial surface that's got to be in play here. We have that front, but this is the lineup you expected. That was the one question. Was it going to be, I would imagine Segura, and it was going to be Chiellini. Was it going to be Chiellini, Segura, or Chiellini, Murillo? Now you have Murillo, Segura, but you're happy with having those center backs. But this is a really strong lineup, and they have an incredible bench.
Jen, how often did you have to play on like the artificial turfs in your professional career? Was it often, or were you lucky enough to always play on grass?
You know, I was definitely lucky enough to play mostly on grass, but there's been a few times where the turf came into play, and let me just say, it's not hard, or it's not easy to play on turf, and especially if you have like a back injury, like I know some of them do, and it's hard, but you got to play.
Wait, like what was the worst part? Like because you're a midfielder, right? So you're wanting to be on the ball, you're wanting to be a part of everything, and the field for a midfielder is very important, right? So was it the bump? Was it the way it bounces, the way the ball rolls? What's the toughest part?
Yeah, I want to say the toughest part was you could slip easily. You can, I mean, especially with the weather, your feet are burning, blisters come into play. So
It's the worst when it's hot.
it's
Burn.
it's rough.
I think the fear that you take a step, something can happen. That's got to be in your head all the time, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
You're more
okay,
prone to tearing your ACL on turf.
the numbers are there. So we look, it's an old thing. We spoke to Bob Bradley.
Knock on couch.
But there's
Knock on
no,
couch.
is there any wood in here? Can we just get a 2x4 that we can hit? What about a high-stakes game? Because if LAFC ties or loses this game, they can win the Supporters Shield at home next week. But you don't put off what you could do now. So this is for a trophy. This is for a shield. So in the locker room, how do you think they approach it? There's a little bit of breathing room, but to get ready for a game, it's got to be a real pumping.
You know what's interesting is going into this, like we said, they had the inside track, right? They knew they controlled their own destiny only by winning the game. So I think, I don't know, in some ways maybe that makes it easier because you were going into this game going, guys, we got to win anyways. But then you see the result. I actually, our buddy Scott, who does data analysis for LAFC, said nice result to land to because they didn't have Wi-Fi on the plane. So basically they landed, then saw the result. So I guess the whole team kind of learned together. So that's kind of an interesting.
That'd be
cool.
exciting.
Cool. Yeah.
Pump your fist moment.
Or you just go like, all right, well, that just added a little bit more to it. Now we can just get business done ahead of time and then come home. That last game of the season can almost be academic. You know you want to win it when you raise the shield, right? But it'd be nice to have that pressure off, and then now you're fully focused on the playoffs.
Have a party next week. I'll have full transparency, okay? I'm breaking.
Lay it out there, Max.
I'm going to lay the fourth wall out of the picture here and explain why this is the most important game in LAFC history from my perspective. Just make it all. So this is how it goes. Next week, all the games are on offer. The two national networks, ESPN and Fox, I don't know how it's going to lay out. They get to pick a game that is significant for their audience. And right now, the game with most significance, if LAFC don't win this, is them winning the Shield at home. That is our local broadcast. So you may have not heard, but Apple TV is taking over. So this would be my last LAFC broadcast.
But not for long, though, right? Oh, wait,
not for long. 10 years. I'll be back in 10 years. So I would be an emotional wreck if I don't get to call that game. I would cry myself to sleep, I'm telling you.
Well,
I shouldn't have said that.
To.
We want.
I'm sorry, I'm being selfish.
No.
No. Do us a favor.
If LAFC wins this, they're going to pick Real Salt Portland next week,
right.
I think, from the West.
But do us a favor. You're in the chat. And by the way, if you're in the chat, we have a nice little iPad over there that Jen and Max can grab onto so we can talk to you. So make sure you're being active in the chat. But if you're in the chat, open up a secondary window and maybe lob some tweets at ESPN and Fox Sports and say, please don't take the final broadcast from Max Bretos.
How about that Minnesota-Vancouver game next week? Why don't we show that one?
Give him his swan song.
I want to say goodbye to everyone.
If they don't win.
This is getting way too somber now.
Yeah, you know what's going to be funny?
Jen's like, you're going to be emotional.
If they don't win and Max is in tears, it's not because they didn't win. It's because he knows he's not going to get the final broadcast.
Tell me if I'm being too selfish.
No,
but I want to
really
go.
not.
I want to share that, and I want to be in the booth. You know, it's like your happy place.
Yeah, exactly. I'll start the tweet right now after the show. I got you. Don't worry.
My mom is in the chat giving me Steeler updates. Used to be a Steelers fan as a kid.
We said there was no chance that they wouldn't take the LAFC game. So Philadelphia won. No, the LAFC game. I'm getting a call Monday. We're not doing that LAFC game. So that happened, and then all these other results happened where it's like next week decision day where there's a lot of drama. Now there's some drama, but hopefully not at Bank of California Stadium.
Yeah. Never drama there.
Right, because if they win it here, yes, the cool thing would be to show the shield raise, but on a national broadcast, you don't normally have that extra pad time at the end of a game to actually get to that component, right? So why would they have it? We're giving all the secrets away of how these.
Is this interesting?
I'm learning so many new things right now. Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. You want to educate. You want to hear something you may not have heard before. The game was supposed to start at 12:08 Pacific time in case some folks are joining us maybe in Philadelphia because they're locked in here. And this is something that we'll talk about your club. Great season by Philadelphia. And Charlotte. Maybe Austin, I don't know. But it was supposed to be 12:08. It's going to go a couple minutes late, which is a good sign. It means there's something big happening. And this was always, have you experienced the LAFC Portland game by chance up there?
I've never experienced it.
We got to get you up there.
Yeah.
It's right now, it is feisty. They do the march to the match. I think there's like 300 fans that were going to go up there. They fill out two sections.
Wow.
This is a big rivalry game. And it just happens to be so much at stake.
So in the chat, people are asking, where is the Supporters Shield? I could probably guess because normally what happens is the Supporters Shield is held onto by the supporters group of the team that is the holders. The holders are Philadelphia, so it should be somewhere in Philadelphia.
No, they're not. New England. Oh, the holders?
The holders are Philly, no? Or
Last year? New England Revolution. It's in Foxborough, Mass.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'll say this. The pandemic has scrambled my brain. I don't know what happened the last 2 seasons.
Is there a direct flight from Foxborough to LAX is what I want to know.
Well, you used to, be out there in Hartford, Connecticut. Do you know?
There isn't. You fly into Boston Logan.
There is.
Boston Logan, it's a 45-minute drive to Foxborough.
Got
Okay,
it.
not too bad.
Maybe you want to. I knew that whole sort of rural Massachusetts area. It's very.
So it's in New England. It's probably at Bruce Arena's house.
Right. If you want the Supporters Shield, you come and get it.
If you're in MLS, well, no, yeah, right. If you're in MLS long enough, everyone does a Bruce Arena.
Yeah.
Do you have a Bruce Arena, Jen? Can we?
I need to learn from
By the way,
you.
your kicks are pretty good too.
Thank you. They're Nike. They're not Adidas like you guys.
Can I tell a Bruce Arena story? And hopefully he won't get mad at me. Not Bruce, but his son Kenny. So
Kenny doing a great job with FC
Kenny,
Cincinnati.
I
By the
met
way.
doing
Kenny.
a great job. Kenny's a good dude. He was with us for the first 4 years. I was in the lunchroom one day with him and Will Walsh, one of the people we work with at LAFC, and we're sitting there and we're talking about some Galaxy stuff. And Kenny all of a sudden does something where he basically goes like, "Yeah, so what's going on here?" But when he says it, he goes, "The coach at the time." And Will Walsh and I just stopped dead. And we're like,
Your dad.
"But that's your dad, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." We're like, "Why didn't you just say your dad?"
Wait.
Like you did a spot on impersonation.
The coach at the
but
time.
like we knew it was your dad. Like the funny thing was before he did the impersonation, he was like, "Yeah." So the coach at the time, we're like, "Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do a Bruce?" And then he did it. But then we were like,
coach
"Wait,
at the
why
time.
didn't you just tell us Bruce? Like your dad?"
Like, yes, and my dad. Yeah.
I think that's
Father.
it.
He doesn't want to name drop. Good for you, Kenny.
No,
Name
they
droppers
also-
are the worst. Max Bretos.
From a coach, if you have your son as a coach, you want to treat everyone as equals. You don't want to show that you're giving a little, a little extra rub. So it's got to be equals. So yeah, LAFC corrected you. New England broke our record by 1 point last season.
Yep.
Linda
That's my mom.
La Rosa.
Hi, Linda.
Linda.
Hi, Mom.
We're taking good care of your son.
Enjoyed it.
Hey, Mom, Chris is here. You just can't see him. He's off camera. And he's not mic'd because we don't trust him.
High school best friends right here.
So everyone's coming in. So get comfortable. So they're pushing it back, I think, for another 5 minutes. And I will say this. The folks
Why?
at ABC
Wow.
have got to be livid. They go, "You're going to eat up our programming on the back end with MLS? Another 7 minutes?"
What do you think?
What is it, Jeff Corwin saving
Yeah, what's on
a
at
wildebeest?
What's on at 2:30 on ABC on Sunday?
The B show.
The B show.
Yeah.
The B
By that you mean bumblebees.
Yes.
Kelly Clarkson, is that on ABC?
What we could do
Weekend edition.
Okay, so you guys can't really see. Maybe if I stand up and can we switch to the other camera? I'm gonna break the. We already
Do
been
a
breaking that wall.
demonstration.
Yeah. So we have this and this other camera here. We have a little pitch here with LA. We have a soccer ball. We actually, Jen, if you wouldn't mind, we actually have a former
course.
professional soccer player.
Ready to
Jen, show us,
do some
demonstrate
moves.
a 2-foot tackle on Vince.
All right, let me get a
If
head
Vince
start.
was standing on the ball like this during a game, what would you do?
Cleats
Murder
up.
him.
Just kidding.
But we have a chance that we could do little demos here with Jen, and she can share some of her professional experiences. And I think at some point during the game we'll do something, but we'll wait for the game. We're not.
Yeah,
we're
We'll
not
see.
Gonna,
We'll hold off a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk
You will
about.
see something that happens in the game. Probably a dicey refereeing decision is what
Right.
my guess is. Kevin Stott, do you see this thing?
Finally
last night?
retired?
Finally retired. Gave 2 penalties to Galaxy. Galaxy lead the league in penalties. One was a
like
little
15
One was a little
season?
dicey. And they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right in that 4-5 range, which could be an LAFC opponent.
They would be if they get in 4-5, win their game, they would be LAFC's first opponent.
Let us know where you are, if you're home or at a watering hole somewhere in Los Angeles. We know defenders of the bank are at the House of Football in Highland Park. We're hoping to hear from them a little bit later.
Have you been to House of Football? Wait, have you been to House of Football?
I haven't actually.
Because
I haven't either.
I would imagine you haven't.
I have
but
not.
you
Why
have.
do you imagine I haven't?
Because it's a
You're not as
trendy
hip as
place.
Jen Muñoz. That's why. It's for the younger crowd.
Yeah.
It's for the kids.
Actually, that's not true. So I go there to watch it with the Juventus supporters group of Hollywood, and it's all old Italian guys just screaming at the screen, and I'm in heaven. It's great. It's just great to be there with them.
Good TVs, good sitting areas.
So what it is an old church, and upstairs in the church area is Saturday's Football, which is where they sell vintage kits, and they have the array of vintage kits are incredible, like Germany, Mexico, France, England. It's incredible, and it's ones that you look at when you're just like, where'd you get this Olympiacos jersey from like 1999?
Wow.
And then downstairs,
Expensive?
It can be, depending on what you're looking for. I mean, there's
Not a 1999 Olympiacos.
there's a 2002 Maldini.
Maybe Gav is looking for that.
Well, there's a 2002 Maldini jersey, World Cup, that I got my eye on, but $250 might be.
That's not bad.
Not bad, but
Worth it?
maybe. But then downstairs in the basement, they have multiple rooms with screens.
Oh, wow.
And so you can go downstairs, free most times to just go watch games, and they're open early. I went there for a 6 a.m. Juventus game, and they were open at 4 a.m. because the Merseyside derby and Old Firm derby was at 4 a.m. That's
Wow.
how early.
What
they
do you
open.
drink at 6 a.m.?
A coffee? Yeah, I do have coffee, but if you like a beer, they can make you an Irish coffee.
I'm getting too old. I haven't day drank in so long. I miss it. I forgot it was so much fun, but I can't do it now. It's one of
Sunday
these-
fun day.
What are you doing after the game if they win a trophy?
That's funny because you talk about the Supporters Shield.
Can't drink out of it.
Remember when you win something, they had all the ice champagne and they lose, they put the champagne and
They just hide it, throw it away.
Take it out.
Yeah, imagine they're rolling out and they're like, no.
No. Hold on. Let me get a little taste. But you lost. All right, now. We want to ask you a question. Tell us in the chat room about if LAFC win, do we start engraving the shields? Here's the Portland tifo. Nice. Is that a Ouija board?
That's kind of scary.
No, it's not.
Well,
Yeah,
it's based off a Ouija board.
Ouija board.
Okay.
A classic from Mars.
Like it.
Have you guys ever done a Ouija board? Or
When I was younger, did
really?
you?
I've never done it. I'm too scared. Way
I
too
don't
scared.
mess with that stuff.
Yeah, that's scary.
I don't like scary things. You do you go to like the not scary farm? Do you guys?
I was at the
You were just there.
Universal Horror Night.
Do you like that
How
stuff?
is it?
It's great.
Yeah.
You like being scared?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
so I-
repeatedly. You can't go from one to the next. Then you're like,
yeah, you gotta take a break.
the worst.
But you pay. Like I just never understood. Like,
Pay to be scared.
hi, I'm gonna pay to be scared.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe for some people,
Different
The
strokes
adrenaline.
for different folks.
Yeah.
People pay people for some odd things in the service industry. What can I tell you? You never know.
people in the chat are
what's
saying
that?
that it's a curse. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Portland, University of Portland.
1 year,
Wow.
Portland Pilots.
Clive Charles, the great
Charles.
late
Yep.
Clive Charles.
He looks the same.
1 year, and then
Does look the same.
he must have he loved Portland so much that he got as far away as he could after 1 year and went to Germany. Went to Hanover. What a trade-off.
Here, I was going to ask you if LAFC take a lead, we jinx it if we start talking about the supporters.
Oh, is it like a no-hitter?
Yeah, and who scores the goal? I'm saying Denny Buanga guaranteed scores a goal today.
Well, okay.
My guy Chris is down here with himself. He's nodding his head. Yeah.
The classic. Vin Scully, who we unfortunately.
Ismail Elfath, the referee. Let me.
You gonna write that down?
Who's the VAR? Drew Fisher. Oh boy.
No, Drew Fisher.
Did you see, that was like murderous row
I
on
know, that was a
on
tough
the whole
one.
crew. Even the fourth official was.
But the late great Vince Scully would say, "You called the game, right?" So if a no-hitter was going on, he would talk about the fact that no-hitter is going on. So I think we defer to the late great Vince Scully. If they're winning, we're talking about Supporters Shield. It's not cursing it. It's our job to inform the public. That's my go-to. Max, did you ever call baseball games?
I much respect to baseball. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you've called pretty
Fall
much every
asleep,
sport
maybe.
but baseball.
There's 160 of them.
Oh, and they just kicked off, by the way, just to let everyone
Kick
know.
off.
Just to let everyone
Oh.
know where we're at. We're at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the game clock if you want to try to sync it up.
Oh, we got some shadows.
Oh, and we have clock on, as producer lets me know that we have the clock on screen now, which I forgot is a new little wrinkle that we added to the watch party.
So when's the last time LAFC has won a Supporters Shield?
2019.
2019. Wow.
So they'll be looking
It's
for the
due.
second. It's due. Look, they're gonna win it, right?
That
And they
shadow-
gotta get out show, but get it here.
The
Yeah.
shadow's rough.
The shadow's rough, the turf's rough. I mean, Portland's such an amazing environment.
Look at that stadium. Wow.
All it does is rain up there. I shouldn't say that, but it rains out. You want to? It's got to move towards that. We spoke to Giorgio Chiellini. He was like adamant about.
Well, because he's a student, he knows everything about it too. He's like, yeah, look, I understand. You have it because you can do other events there. And I'm like, man, he even understands why they have the turf, but he's like, we got to get rid of it. Did not shy away at all.
By the way, this window is weird, but you get to put an MLS game on ABC. That's huge for the league. So you do it. Interesting. Got Portland with
get
their
that
foot
out.
on the pedal.
Well, LAFC obviously trophy, but they need this. Like, their playoff lives are hanging in the balance.
Yes, if Portland don't win it, then they'll play Real Salt Lake in that last week. And if it's in Sandy, Utah, and if Salt Lake win it, Portland's out.
And RSL's in.
RSL will be in.
So, Max, people are asking in the chat if it could be because of the rain that they don't have normal grass.
Yes, it's true.
I want to go back to someone we were talking about earlier, Bruce Arena, and he said, I'm pretty sure it rains in England. He's actually talked specifically about this. Bruce is a treasure.
He is. He's so amazing. And he's a really good dude. By the way, I read Bruce Arena's book. He
Yeah?
gave it to me. I go, Bruce, I will read it.
Good?
It's an easy read.
I remember, so back when I first started, I was out here just trying to blogger, so I would cover both Chivas USA and Galaxy games. And I remember going to training once before they were playing Real Madrid, and I asked Bruce Arena, I go, what do you do before this game? Because it was at training. I go, you guys like training for certain things? He goes, you know what I do? Is I go, hey, that number 7 guy, he's pretty good, talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. He's like, maybe don't let him score. Too much. We should probably
It's a
end the
great
3
answer
minutes
for
on
Leonardo, who said about the. Leonardo says he has Chicho scoring first.
Okay, yeah, in the chat. Who do you got scoring first?
Buanga deserves a goal from LAFC. Who's got like the Peñarol logo, it looks like.
I think Vela's due for a goal, obviously.
Vela's a double-digit goal and assist.
Jose Lueta, hello.
Vela double-digit goals and assists once again.
Yeah. I thought Portland would let LAFC play, but they've had all the possession. It's 3 minutes in. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
small
it's a
sample.
90-minute game.
But look at this. It's just interesting tactics from LAFC. A little shift there, and they're going to not play out of the back.
It sounds loud there. Well, yeah, when you've been pinned back for the first 3 minutes, maybe a good idea to just hoof it long and see if you can get in the other half for at least a minute.
I like it. It's different because when you watch this, it's usually LAFC pushing Portland, and Portland gets something on
on a counter.
No real press.
No,
Soft kind of.
Little mid-block to start.
Is Portland playing 3 in the back?
They are. They're playing like a 3-4-3. It's interesting because Portland's not necessarily known for great build-outs out the back, so maybe a good thing to show something different and not press right away.
Oh.
But right now, again, only 3 minutes in, but LAFC needs to somebody needs to just step on the ball maybe.
Yeah.
Calm it down.
If LAFC score first, and we've seen this from Steve Cherundolo, which I like, because LAFC has an identity where they're always pushing forward, even when they're winning a game. This is how we are. To be a little bit more resourceful and play a lower block. Would you do that if you had the lead, Jen, in this situation with the Supporters Shield?
Oh, I would definnely sit back.
Sit back a bit?
Yeah.
I think it's shaping up for that.
I'm always, it depends on how you get it. So let's say you're
Here's
playing.
a press.
Yeah, here's a little bit of press. Let's say you're playing and, it's just like nothing seems to be going your way, and you're working so hard to get one goal. Then maybe, you sit back because you're like, man, it took us so much.
Look at that.
Ooh, middle row.
Oh, my God.
That's not a bad shot by Buanga. Off the
foot is
toes.
Smart. Yeah.
Have you noticed this? What's with it? It's not a horrible thing, but it's always the initial and then the last name now. D Buanga. It's the new thing. It used to be you wanted your first name on the jersey or a nickname. Now it's C Teo.
Yeah.
D Buanga.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. You're the professional. You tell me, Jen.
We only had our last name on it.
What would you put on your shirt if you did it? Would you put are you a second or a second Jen Muñoz or?
No, I would just put Muñoz just because I'm the only Jen Muñoz that I would know.
Did you put your first name, just Jen?
No, seems very AYSO-ish.
That's true.
That
what was
should be in the dictionary. AYSO-ish.
What was the best name of an AYSO team you were on? Do you remember any of them?
The Blue Dolphins.
Blue Dolphins.
Doesn't sound menacing.
Yeah.
No. But I like how you guys made
What
sure
are dolphins normally, gray?
As if they were a different color.
Yeah, they're pink.
They're gray, aren't they? Dolphins? Do you see them?
Could you have something? Wait, if you would have asked, could you have changed Muñoz, or did they have rule? Whoa, here's
no.
You gotta get the mark underneath of Asprilla.
Ooh.
We gotta remember a lot of guys returning from international duty.
Right.
The 2 Ecuadorians, Sifu played, Kellen Acosta played on, what was it, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
In Spain.
Mm-hmm. Sifu in Germany on Tuesday.
Oh, that's nice, Ilie.
Yeah. A little possession would be nice. They're moving the ball pretty well for the turf.
They got to get used to it. You always those weird bounces.
Yep.
The ball is definitely moving a lot faster.
It's fast. You got to maintain it. And then just kind of get your pacing. It always happens.
You love that Carlos can do that. Just switch the ball from the whole other side of the field and just so nonchalant too. Ooh, that's
With one little step.
Teardrop. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of our space here? Do you enjoy it? Let us know in the chat. What should we add? A wet bar?
Ooh, yeah. We could get some
ping pong table. There is a video game console.
It's not plugged in, but there is a video console over there. Yeah, look at all this room.
So much room.
Let's demonstrate.
Can't forget the ball. Oh.
Oh, if you would have megged him,
I was about to, but then he would have tripped.
You're just gonna. What are you flashing the camera?
Showing off my shirt. Yeah. What's the name of the guys who make these shirts? 110.
Oh, Club Football.
Club Football. I was going to show you.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, the Black Sabbath shirt. It's pretty rad.
A little runaway, little walk.
Yeah, we could have a little.
It was just New Year fashion.
Next time we get more people here and we just do a little catwalk.
Ooh.
Why not?
Chris, do a
What a
walk
show.
real quick. Do a walk. Show us the whole LAFC garb.
He's
Welcome,
like,
Chris. Do it.
Right there. There you go.
There he is.
Like a catwalk? Or
Like a New York Fashion Week.
Just
shirt.
feel it. Whatever you feel.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
We
All
love
right.
the
Chris,
show.
Okay.
Chris could get through any velvet rope dressed like this. That's what the LAFC attire does. It opens doors.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right, Chris, you
Okay,
got
too
it.
much. All right, too much.
I like how he ran with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh.
give him an inch, he just takes a mile there.
I was like, me?
All right, 8 minutes in. What are your thoughts, Jen? Your thoughts on how the thing's playing? I know LAFC didn't. They had to defend a lot, but it feels better now.
Yeah, I think when we first started, I was a little worried. It kind of looked kind of sporadic with both teams, but I think LAFC is kind of getting the momentum now. So
I feel that.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they played their way back into this game, but they had a moment where they were pinned back. They had a little bit of a code red emergency defending moment with Niashgoda, and now they've got their own chance with Bouanga. So like the game's, you would think the game would just kind of settle in and hit the normal kind of pattern at this point.
I like how they're stepping and being aware of their spacing too.
We need, you know what we need is more LAFC stuff in here. Like we have these pillows, which by the way, these pillows might become like emotional support pillows sooner or later.
We get some stuffed animals.
We need some scarves. Leonardo in the chat said we need scarves.
Linda said you nailed the walk, Chris. Well done. Andres,
mom in
vamos. Let's go. John Champion making some comments about Portland. I'm sure he'll probably have one about the lovely microbrews up in there.
Mm-hmm.
When John here, I owe him a trip to El Segundo Brewing Company, which is by my house, which is a lovely place. He goes, I met John, he goes, I'm a big fan of your American IPAs. I was
Like really, because you're the only one.
He's the way he said that. Well, actually, I am a big fan. I go, so am I, John. I'm not drinking beer for a month. I'm already 2 weeks in.
Are you doing
and
a
I cut
sober
some
October?
carbs.
You're
No,
cleansing.
kind of went to September.
Okay.
But it's just the beer because I love it, and I'll have a drink every now and then, like a vodka soda or something. I started 208 pounds 2 weeks ago. I weighed myself yesterday, 208 pounds.
Oh.
We're off to a flyer.
But I feel great.
Wait, but-
Good. I've been working out. I weigh the same. Maybe it's muscle weight.
Again, a trophy's on the line, so if they win, you're gonna have a drink.
You
tonight,
have
though,
to.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially to celebrate the fact that you're likely gonna get one last shot at that local broadcast. Sorry,
Fingers
I hate to
crossed.
keep bringing it up,
Aw.
What? Jen, I'll be a nervous wreck. I could say.
Take a breath. Take a breath. Have a little vodka soda after they win. You'll be fine.
Tequila soda?
but
There you go.
That's
Sifu.
nice from Sifu.
Leonardo likes sours?
Oops.
Pisco sour? That's better. Plug them in. Keep them in there.
Ah.
Oh, gotta make that play.
That's a
Okay.
counter press moment where if you make that play,
Well, but they're getting back organized. Look at the back
Yeah.
four. Nice. Good.
Kind of flat.
Can't see anything because these shadows.
have no idea what's happening over there. There could be 5 guys for all I know.
LAFC's, we've been told, is Philadelphia watching this? I go, they have to be.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Philadelphia? Because we've been saying that on our pod, Vince.
Sure.
About momentum. And LAFC lost to Austin. Everyone's like, oh, there's a new sheriff in town. I go, Austin. Austin, that was their shot this season. They have fallen apart.
Multiple teams have done so. Austin,
Philadelphia was
Phillies,
playing great a week ago, and
Crested.
we said, you've got to be playing well at the end of the season.
LAFC went through a 7-game win streak and then had a rough patch.
Now they're coming back up at the right time.
Minnesota was like
Falling apart.
11 matches where they were playing really well and won like 8 of them. Now they've fallen apart. It seems like teams are putting a lot into it, but remember this season is a little more compacted than it's ever been because of the World Cup, obviously in November. So it is interesting though that everyone just assumed teams would keep rolling, but it's tough.
And Philadelphia, they're not only are they watching this, but they got to be nervous about it. By the way, Philadelphia hasn't clinched the East.
No,
Montreal.
that's the bigger thing that they should be working on.
Montreal can pass them in the final
How do you
Sunday.
How do you guys feel about? So Jim Curtin after the Philadelphia game was like, "Hey, I want to first apologize to the fans." Games happen. I don't know.
That was the 4-0 game.
Yeah, 4-0 after the game, and yes, 4-0 is a tough one. Like it's a tough, but like they were competitive, and then
it's a road game too.
Yeah, it's a road game. I don't know if I like that stuff. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you like it when your team loses, your manager goes in there and like a little bit of a lip service, like I want to just apologize? I mean, maybe he means it, but it just seems weird. we get so fixated on winning and losing. Like, that's the price you pay, right,
Yeah.
Jen? Like, when you go play professional sports, you know there's a chance I could lose and not succeed. That's the reason why you play the game.
And you could say sorry all you want to the fans, but actions are more important. What you do on the field than what you do outside of the field.
That's that Club America spirit. They're like, Jen, don't apologize for anything because you better win the next game.
Winning or you're done.
Go to Jen's Twitter handle. You see the goal she saw to Club America. That thing was amazing.
Thank you.
On her pinned tweet.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Commentator loved it.
Oh, he
just jumped out of his seat.
Yep.
Jen Muñoz! Golazo!
Scared me a little bit.
Baller.
I always hear my dad just like replaying that. I'm like, Dad, it happened to 2 years ago. Let's leave it. Every morning he's like, look at this goal.
That's awesome.
It's like reading the newspaper.
You're like, that's great, Dad, but the waiter asked you what you would like to eat.
Like, that's great, Dad. There's another game on.
What is that like for you, though? Because you're playing the game. You obviously have that goal. You know it's a good goal, so you don't have to think about it. But so, like, especially, let's say like a Max Bretos is calling it, so you get to go back and hear the call.
Oh.
And so is it cool for you to be like, oh, that was a really good call? Or if you're in a goal where you're like,
or do you roll your eyes? Like,
oh, so
no,
they
that
could have done
makes
better.
it 10 times better. I think the goal is great, but I think just his voice made it so much better, and that's why I think it's so important, obviously, to have good voices.
We're hitting off great. By the way, your dad was a football fan growing up. How was that like in the household?
Yeah, I think it was mostly my grandpa. So my grandpa was a huge Club America. Oh,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
you played for Club America, and your granddad
he was a huge fan, number one fan. So yeah, it's super cool to like play for the team that he loves, obviously.
And we know the Club America fandom. Brian Rodriguez playing now for Club America on the men's side.
What do you think of that?
I think he needed to change his scenery.
Yeah.
He was a great professional for us, but I think he changed scenery. He needs to get some starts there. But Club America could have a great season. They're top of the Liga MX.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Club America is obviously a great, it's a great window because they're such a big club all around the world. But Liga MX is not transferring a lot of players to Europe. So for me, it's a little sideways. But I agree with Max. It was like he'd done everything he could try to do here at LAFC and just wasn't getting it going. So maybe go there.
Do you think he'll come back?
I don't think he'll ever come back to MLS. I really don't. He's a young player that he used to drive people crazy because he would, whenever someone would say like, hey, so-and-so's interested in you. Would you like to go there? And he would always say what you're supposed to say as 19 years old and you're got big dreams. You say like, oh, that would be interesting, right? But
I'm open to it.
But everyone wanted him to be like, I'll be at LAFC for like the rest of my life. So it's a tough thing. But like, there's some players you just know that they come here for that short period of time and they're really just gonna move on.
Oh, what?
Oh, it cleared. Good cross there. Portland's got their hand on the pump.
This is a game. It's a little stretched.
Gerardo Rios. I'm sorry, Leonardo. We were Austin's Super Bowl. Gerardo, just realizing Montreal's above Austin. I tell you, Montreal's heating up. Montreal play. I had it here. At Inter. Inter's Miami's playing for a spot in the playoffs.
Well,
Philadelphia have Toronto.
While you figure that out, speaking of scarves, we have Defenders of the Bank are joining us, and they're watching from House of Football. We can't see you guys, unfortunately. So is it JR and Philly? Both. What's up, guys?
Yeah, you can't see us? Oh, that's a bummer.
No,
that is a bummer. We had a nice camera.
It's not that much of a bummer, actually.
Max. Yeah, thanks, Max. I was going to compliment you now. I'm not going to anymore.
Well, you guys
I love to see you guys.
You guys are at House of Football, and you said you have a room. Like, is it just an exclusive room for you and the ladies, and just hanging out, or who's with you there?
No, so we've got a good group of LAFC supporters here. Among others, we got Slippy, who's hanging out with us.
Oh, Brian.
Slippy, who broke stories that Misfits are going to do a residency in Vegas.
Sorry, Max is just stepping on what you're saying.
I was like, wait, Misfits are here at the House of Football? No,
Slippy had a tweet that said Misfits are going to be in Vegas.
They have the Real Madrid Osasuna game here as well. So there are a couple of supporters watching that game, and then we've got this going on here. But this has been a tense first 15, 16, 17 minutes.
Yeah, I would agree. The anxiety is clouding my judgment as to how we're performing. And one thing I can say for sure is turf never looked so rotten in my life. I don't know if it's the way the sun's beaming down on it, but it looks nasty out there.
Yeah, it does. They're moving the ball around kind of nicely, though. I mean, I know little things are off. Like in this moment right here with Vela, like.
Well,
I'm a little surprised.
The Vancouver game that they lost, they never got control of that ball. That turf was just bang, bang, bang. It was almost worse than this one, to be honest. And they never got control of it.
This almost feels like two heavyweight fighters kind of feeling themselves out first couple rounds of a match. They're putting some things through, and that ball from Acosta to Bawanga, that was a nice little touch there. And Portland doing their things like they normally do, a couple corners already, making life difficult on the defensive end. But again, I think these are two clubs that are still feeling each other out 18 minutes in.
Yeah. So is everyone as nervous as you are, Philly, there, or what's going on? If there's some Real Madrid supporters there, they're pretty loud.
Is there an Osasuna supporter there?
There's no chance.
No chance at all.
There is not.
I've come from Pamplona. I love Osasuna, and I'm here in LA. Where can I watch the game?
Well, this will certainly be a good place to watch a game. For those of you listening that haven't been to House of Football or Saturday's Football, it's a great but dangerous place. You go downstairs and you can literally watch a game from any league all around the world. You want to watch what's going on in I don't know, India, you can watch the Super League there. Have a couple of drinks, but the scary part is when you go upstairs. An amazing collection of vintage kits. I've seen things that I hadn't seen since like 92. And for some of you, that might not be that long ago, but some amazing kits in this place. Check out House of Football and Saturday's Football.
It's in Highland Park. I'm sure they had a bustling scene this morning for the Manchester Derby.
Yep.
6-3, Man City beat United. Sorry if you DVR'd it and I spoiled it. That's on York. It's at York Street.
On York Boulevard. Yeah,
York Boulevard.
Yeah.
The dirty boulevard. Hey.
Right across the street from Wolfie's, where the Angel City watch party is going to be today too.
Hey,
are you guys going to make your way over there after this?
I may have to walk across the street, hang out at the official Angel City watch party for a little bit too. It's a bummer they got eliminated yesterday from playoff. Well, technically they didn't get eliminated, right? If they win 16-0, then they're in the playoffs. But
FIFA rules. FIFA
so
23 rules.
Go ahead and give me some odds there, my degenerate gambler friend. What is the chance, JR, that they win 16-0?
I don't even think they're taking line on that one, to be perfectly honest. So,
Wow.
I think the chance. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
you guys must be a hot second ahead of us.
What's the look on your? Tell us what the clock says on your screen.
1950 right now.
Oh yeah, they're about
minute.
40 seconds ahead of us.
1950.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to say goodbye to you guys. Sorry.
A lot can happen in 40 seconds, y'all.
Not if you've seen it already, and we haven't. But one quick question. I'm going to ask Jen and Vince first, and I want you guys to chime in. If a game of this magnitude, where your emotions are being moved, would you prefer to be in a public space, or would you prefer to be at home? Would you prefer to be by yourself? How would you do it?
I would love to be in a public space. I love the energy.
Would you get nervous if
I would get so nervous, but I don't know. What do you think, Vince?
You know I'm sitting here smiling because I'm so the opposite. I have like alone, dark. Like I watch. He knows because we lived together when it happened. 2006. I watched Italy semifinal and final alone.
By yourself.
Like I told everyone, like get out of the house. Don't even hang out with me. Like don't be here. And no, you were not there.
I used to be like that, but I've kind of separated.
You know what? We'll pass it off to Philly and JR to say how they like to watch it, but Philly is the one that got me out of my shell to go to House of Football for the first time, and now I've been watching it with the Juventus fans. I'm slowly becoming someone that can watch it with people.
How would you guys watch it? And by the way, let's get together and go to House of Football. I want to go with you guys here at some point. Maybe there's a World Cup opportunity.
We have a residency here in a private.
We're a little ahead, as you can tell. We like to. I'll tell you how I would like to watch it.
I like the sounds of what you just saw. To a point.
Whether or not I'm in a public space, when I get to watch it with Philly and Panda and Nina, there's already 4 of us, so it feels like we're in a public space. So we're pretty loud, we're hanging out. But I got to tell you, the atmosphere of being at any of the official SG watch parties, I know there are several going on today, obviously here at House of Football. I miss when the bank used to do watch parties as well for things. To me, there's just something special about being around a bunch of supporters from the club that you love and being able to look, if it's a win, if it's a loss, if it's a draw, you at least feel it all together. And I think for me, that's what the most fun part is. At the end of the day, you hope it's a win, right? So you're not commiserating with a bunch of other people that you love so much. But you know what? I'll take a public space for sure.
I didn't hear anything you said, JR. I just want to hear if you exploded because you saw a goal. I'm just kidding. That was a really good answer.
I was listening.
Yeah, no, I'll second what JR says. I mean, part of the beauty of sport, any sport really, whether, Max, you're watching the AFL, being around people that have similar interests and passions is always the way to go. It's fun to socialize, get to meet people you've never had a conversation with. And, I mean, it's the beauty of sport. I'd rather be around people than be by myself. It's just, I love the communal aspect of it, the tribalness of it. I mean, even when I came to House of Football with Vince, like for the Milan Derby, like I didn't have a horse in the race, but it's just cool being around people and even like encompassing and feeling like their emotions are going through things. So with people is better than without people. And after COVID, I don't think I want to be in isolation ever again.
Vince loves to hang out with 6-year-old Italian guys sucking down Sambuca at 6 a.m.
In his defense, that guy was cool. I got to meet him.
Hey, apparently Pujols just hit 702, by the way. That's fine.
Hey, if you drop another baseball line on this broadcast, we will cut you out.
He's daring me to talk about hockey now.
We haven't said
Hockey is already a dead duck.
And we're not going to cut you out of the broadcast.
you bring
Max
up
is literally
hockey
going to show up with a
preseason-
knife and cut you.
Literally going to cut me.
Don't we get any kind of kudos for bringing up AFL at least?
I did.
Max was pretty stoked when you did.
I stayed up till 4 in the morning to watch Collingwood lose to the Sydney Swans in the preliminary semifinal. They lost by 1 point. And I turned off the TV. I go, it's 4 a.m.
It's a lot of
What am I doing with my life?
It's a lot of made-up words. Is that like
I know.
Is that like Lord of the Rings language? What are you talking about?
That did sound like it.
Was it?
I had to work
that
my
movie,
Aussie accent.
The movie Get Him to the Greek, not a great movie, but some good parts in it. When he really has to get to Heathrow and he's in London and he's like, hey man, could you hurry up? And the limo driver turns around and he's like, would you like me to take the Twickenham Bridge to blah blah blah? And he's like, what is this, Middle Earth? Just give me the airport.
That's good. Joseph Sandoval want to say hi to the defenders. Are you guys still there?
Joseph Sam want to say hi.
Absolutely.
Still
What's
here.
up, Joseph?
Still there.
What's up, man?
Oh, that's awesome. Well, hi, Joseph.
Hello.
I like how Philly threw out that humble brag, how he got to hang out with Vince here at House of Football, by the way.
I mean, that's always a fun brag to hang out with Vince. But we should all get together pretty soon. We could have a brewski with Bretos, a mint julep with Jen, a V.
You drink mint juleps, Jen?
It's like,
I don't know what that
we
is.
could have a good time together.
It's like bourbon, and
Alliterations.
it's actually very tasty.
I couldn't think of any other drinks
I'll
that
try.
began with a J, so I thought mint
That's perfect.
julep.
Fair.
I'll
We're
try.
going to
I
educate
think the last
Jen.
time I had a mint julep was at Disneyland.
Gin
Oh, come on.
martini.
You've had
Gin
two Dutch
martini
tea
with
parties
Jen.
before, Scott.
Martinis, yes.
Ooh, Jen.
I can't.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk more about what drinks we like, but we're gonna check in with you guys in the second half. So enjoy the game until then, and we'll see you guys soon.
Sounds good,
Later,
guys.
y'all.
Enjoy.
No spoilers from you now.
Gin martinis. What's the gin of choice?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm not really familiar with just like drinks, I guess.
Okay.
I usually just get like a margarita.
Okay.
What's that coffee one?
Kahlua?
Like a
Espresso martini.
Oh, espresso
Oh.
martini.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, where's that freak? What was that weird free kick?
Yeah, right. It's been a little rough, and actually, it's been
Yeah.
LAFC being a little bit of the aggressors, which I'm okay with, especially against a Portland team that normally puts us through the ringer in terms of beating us up a little bit. Might I recommend a gin martini with Hendrick's gin,
Hendrix.
Oh.
Noted. Writing that down.
especially if you like kind of floral-y drinks. It's good. Good dry.
Ooh, Carlos
good
getting
dry
hot.
gin
He is
martini.
not happy. Who would you guys say is the strongest line right now with LAFC?
Strongest.
Line. So, like their midfield.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
Like,
I've been
most
impressed.
consistent.
In this game, I like what the midfield. Sometimes we give criticism. I like what they've done. It's obviously 3 players, but Sifu's had some nice. Sifu's managed this surface pretty well with his touches, and then the defenders had Kellen put that nice ball in. So that's a trio that
Well, some of
Ilie's rock solid.
some of the reactions have been like even Ilie, he steps up. That's a great reaction. It's one where either you make the play or you don't. It didn't happen that time, but you want him making that reaction. He made a good Wow.
Denny Buanga, lovely.
He making it look easy. Wow.
I'm going to change my answer to the front lines.
Okay. After that one.
Well, today, but I think recently you'd probably say the back line's been
Most consistent.
Yeah, most consistent, especially with Giorgio back there. Because the midfield had a tough one against Houston. Front line was buzzing, but couldn't exactly score a ton. So,
Okay.
but I agree with Max. Seeing Seafood like drive through, break lines, seeing Ilie with good reactions, and Kellen is just always covering ground and recycling the ball. That's something you want to see before the playoffs because we've missed it in that kind of rough stretch.
There's nice little spurts for LAFC. There's nothing sustained. But I think they're going to be good. We know they don't score goals in the first half a lot. That's just the identity of this team. But it always sets up well because of the depth they have. Remember Giorgio Chiellini. How do you think Giorgio would be in this game? I mean, we're missing him a little bit with some of the be able to distribute from the back. And then Gareth Bale, Mahala, who always gives you an impact.
I mean, the bench is stacked right now.
Look at the bench.
Is that Alan Chapman? Look, I mean, we really have the top officials. Yes, Ismail Elfath, Drew Fisher, who's a World Cup.
He's warming up.
He's just warming up. Gareth Bale.
Or going to the bathroom. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, no.
Got to use the restroom.
I hope it's just that. Team security Paul, off with him. We've got to take our hat off to Team security Paul. It's a tough job because everyone wants
A piece of
photo
Gareth
of
Bale.
Gareth. Yeah. And it should be like 5 people with the job he's doing. So Team security Paul, employee number 1 with LAFC.
He's pretty famous. He's pretty known around the stadium.
I mean, he has a
Team security Paul?
Yeah, right?
Gerardo thinks the worst line is the midfield. We have great mids to break up play, but not enough to generate good football. A lot of our chances bypass the midfield completely.
There's truth to that.
Okay.
But that's the game model.
Yeah, that is the game model. But I think they've been a little
Look
bit
at
more
that.
involved.
Yeah.
Chicho,
That's a foul.
you leave his foot in there.
Yeah.
Advantage?
Oh, but is he bringing back the? Oh, okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Good job, Brad.
When normally
just like,
think
oh, cool.
Ishmael Alfath would.
I like Elfath. He's
Okay.
not perfect.
Did he do the last MLS Cup? I believe he did.
He might have. I was working. I didn't watch it live. I had to watch it DVR'd. Hope we were at MLS
Oh
Cup.
no, they didn't. They didn't bring it back for LAFC.
I don't rate Ismail Elfath.
Yeah, you know what? Just gonna rescind that invitation to do MLS Cup.
Good. Smart, cheeky. Just dump it.
Yeah, let's get back to playing where basically look, you can risk some things, but like just not making mistakes.
Don't play in the back, especially right now.
Do you see that on the bench? McCarthy was like, "Hey, where'd you go?" And Gareth Bale has a grin like he's just been relieved. He wasn't gone too long, so we know probably what happened.
Oh God, Max.
Dude, we see it all the time.
Let's do a. You know what? That's what the demo's for. Let's do a breakdown of Gareth Bale running to the
Gareth Bale's
restroom.
like,
before-
oh, it's different walks, so you know what's going on.
Right?
Oh, this,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
If it's a little
That's
bit
a
more
quick one.
accelerated.
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. That could be a longer period in the.
So it was a good walk.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's not too
Wow.
shabby. A little comb over. Is that Ilie?
No, it was Hollingshead, I think.
Oh, okay. He came across. Yeah, Taylor Trump said when they cross from that wide area,
Yeah.
they've been menacing.
Well, Ashpria's strong.
Good
I mean,
player.
he's very
Really
good in
good
the
player.
air.
Remember, Portland represented the West in MLS Cup last season. This is a really good team year in, year out. Might miss the playoffs though if they don't get the results.
Oh, there he is.
Oh wow.
This is getting out of control.
Oh wow.
Oh my God! No!
Wait, but it's not security supervisor. It's a horrible. They even taunted him. But
I've never seen that before.
ABC just got Paul Apodaca name ID.
Oh.
We're never going to hear the end of this.
he's been on national television.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Who does that?
Paul Apodaca.
Let me ask you.
Let's see. Let's get this trending. Let's get Paul Apodaca
Yeah.
trending, everybody.
I'll do it. I'll do it too.
I want to ask everybody in the chat and everybody in this room. Name somebody that works in security other than Paul in MLS. You can't. There's just one name that everyone knows in security in MLS. Isn't that incredible?
Who's the famous people in security? Who are famous like bodyguards or?
Chris Farley in Wayne's World to go back to
Chris
Kevin Costner. Oh, Chris with the win. Famous security, Kevin Costner. The movie's called The Bodyguard.
Kylie Jenner, security guard.
Kylie Jenner, security guard. What is
Yeah.
that?
I know. I have no idea.
The guy who
tell you.
there's oh, that's not bad, Carlos.
Paul Blart, sure.
Oh, he gets 2 for 1.
Oh,
Carlos settling in nice.
Carlos,
And
take
they're
him.
laying off him. It's a good
Not many people in the box though. You're just kind of hoofing it, hoping 2v4.
I don't know his name, but Britney Spears' security back in the day got a
they
lot of
dated.
FaceTime. They did.
Right? Yes, they dated. I watched a documentary. They dated.
Oh.
You're right.
Britney Spears put her security over where they're famous and even dated him.
Leonardo in the chat says he works in security, and Leonardo, you said you're not famous, but I just shouted you out. Leonardo, famous security guard in our LAFC watch party chat. So there you go. I would say out another one. He's unfortunately passed since then. Rob Deerdeck's security guard, Big Black, was pretty famous for a while.
Yeah.
Robin Big.
Yep.
All right. Paul Apodaca, amongst. Is he the Mount Rushmore of security personnel?
I mean, it's not even Mount Rushmore. It's more like Crazy Horse. It's just a singular base.
Well, the Rob Drydeck, what's his security? You can put him up there. And
Big
Britney
Black.
Spears is
Okay.
security.
So
get him on.
Costner, Paul, big black, and Britney Spears.
Iconic.
With 4 faces.
Let's talk to the folks at Mount Rushmore if they can recarve the heads there, get the presidents, and get Paul and.
I mean, look, if you're watching us and you're in the chat and you got us as a second screen, this is way better than a regular broadcast.
Oh, come on.
Here we go!
Finish that. Oh, my God.
What a header! Is that
What?
Bravo?
Oh,
That was going in.
That's one. That should be 1-0. Oh,
for sure.
good defensive play.
Yeah.
Off a header.
I'm telling you, Carlos Vela really starting to hit a vein here.
That run is phenomenal.
That was a blind shot going in.
Right. Smart though. Like when you're there,
Claudio Bravo, yes.
a lot of defenders are told now, and they don't always do it, but the second that your goalkeeper is ahead of you, go directly to the goal. Because someone is going to need to be in that spot, and maybe you just get lucky, and that's what happens.
Oh, we got a corner. Nice.
Olympico.
I want Kellen to get more set pieces. I know it's not.
Yeah, but from that
No,
side.
second
He was
shot.
old man.
That Ilie coming in. Oh, got up. Good.
Okay.
Oh, get up.
All right, so LAFC's putting some
That's
pressure
the best sequence there. Let's talk about that. Applying pressure. Making the most out of set pieces.
It's the run. The run dictates that pass. I know Ilie's told us about that. You know, it's so easy to play passes like that when you have Carlos Vela making those runs, and it's the blind shoulder run. Like it's so hard to defend when you have, you know, everyone looking at one direction, and then Carlos makes that 10-yard sprint, because even if you stay with him, you're still behind him because he's got that extra ramp, right?
Yeah.
We are here at the 110 Football Watch Party at the spectacular studios of XRM in Burbank. Jim Muñoz, Vince Rosa, Max Bretos, wherever you are, get your second screen going, and let's watch it together. Let's celebrate together. Let's suffer together, whatever it might be. Get in the chat room if you have any questions or just comments or just want to make us laugh.
People putting Vince over. They said he the shade. I love it.
What?
Was that from the
On
Paul? Yeah.
We should get Paul on here.
We try so hard. Every time we do a podcast,
wants an
Paul is
appearance
there
fee.
like making fun of us or whatever, and then we're like, well, come on. He goes, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Camera shy, maybe.
He is a little camera shy, I think,
Okay.
but he also is looking for that payday, which good for him.
He's not.
And he's on ABC now, so.
Yeah, he's on ABC.
Yeah, Paul is going to have an agent before I do.
Unbelievable.
That's hilarious.
Can you imagine Will Ferrell every time he goes to a home game, he wears a Paul Apodaca shirt for that moment where they identify him and he pulls it back?
Guys, we'll probably see him at that final home game of the season coming up.
Yes. If I'm not calling it, I'm going to be in the director's box with Will Ferrell.
I think
As you should.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to talk to Larry Freeman. Yeah, that's
That's
it.
fair.
So.
And I will sneak in and join you.
Yeah, there you go.
I will
50.
too somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen, you have carte
Jen, you
blanche.
probably,
in there.
yeah, just hi, I'm Jen Muñoz. They go, yeah, we know.
Oh my God.
50% possession for both. The only shot on target was LAFC's. That was obviously the Carlos Vela chance.
Run again.
Look at that. It's all on
Oh wait, I have an old. Okay, sorry, I have an old thing. I'm refreshing. There it is. 3 shots on target. So, but still, possession pretty even. LAFC 3 shots and they're all been on target. That's a good sign.
Do you think
They're
they'll get
being
one
selective.
before half?
I think they have a shot at it.
They look good. It looks like, I'll say this, if it's going to happen, it seems like it's going to come through that guy, Carlos Vela. He's in on this one. He's locked in. And then on the flip side, I think if they're going to score, it's going to be Asprilla. Those two seem to be the two guys that are really locked in here.
It really is, to be not sound cliche, but that chess match where both teams, there's more at stake for Portland. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is a
Right.
much more important
They
game to
win.
Portland.
They need a win to clinch.
Do you sense that? Jen, maybe because you feel like there's a little less pressure. I mean, I feel it. You can see Portland stretching, which could come into play here because it's so important to them.
Yeah, I think they have 2 different types of pressures. I think LAFC has kind of fun pressure. It's kind of, you want to win the Shield.
There
You're
is
already in the
pressure,
playoffs,
but
right?
it's, yeah.
Yeah, and then with Portland, it's kind of like, wow, do or die. If we don't win this, we're kind of screwed. So it's a different type of pressure, but obviously this is a very big game for both.
And maybe Steve Cherundolo Vince put it on there. He said, look, let's win this. Let's not worry about it. Let's not even think about Nashville next week at home. Let's take this now.
Well, yeah, it's like I said in pregame. Look, you walk in there and go, guys, the goal was always going to be to win this game, whether Philly lost or not. But the reward now is that much bigger.
Yeah.
So do what you were supposed to do what you've been preparing all week to do, but just know this, you get the 3 points, we get to cinch it up, we get to go home happy. I mean, imagine what that flight's going to be like home.
Oh, a party.
Portland, if they win.
LAFC supporters getting some. Look, I want to tell you something. How
Camera time for Mark Dos Santos.
I know, but this is what our staff is so good because we have, as I say, a cosmopolitan team. Denis Bouanga does not speak any English, a few words. Mark Dos Santos speaks French, so he can communicate there. Ante Rosa speaks Spanish, so he can communicate to all these guys. It really is a great group, and you have to be quick on your feet.
Well, let's not sell Mark Dos Santos short either. He speaks French, Portuguese, a little bit of Italian. He speaks Spanish, and obviously speaks English.
Wow.
Like, that's incredible.
You don't get hired because of languages. It's a bonus, but you don't want a translator. You want that message to come direct from the coaching staff. It's enormous.
It helps with the chemistry too, I feel like, between the player and the coach.
Yeah, you know, the
Helps a lot.
first week that Denny showed up, everyone was we were at training a couple times. People were like, "What do you think? What do you think?" I go, "I think he's good, but I worry about this." And you look out of the field and you see him standing alone because there's not really, other than Maxime, there's no players that speak French. You know, I know that Mamadou Fall did speak French, but he's obviously with Villarreal. So but it was only the first day, right? So a little feeling out period, but you want him to be integrated within the group. And I'm sure that's happened since. I've actually seen them now more joking around.
Okay, good.
Denny actually is more like, he walked by us the other day and like high five. So he's reaching out, being a part of it. But you always just wonder, you can tell he's supremely talented. But like for you probably even say like when you go into a new team, the last thing you want to do is just be isolated.
Exactly. Just hearing that made me so sad.
Right.
Like you want him to be involved, and it just sucks that he doesn't speak English. But
Right.
I mean, I'm sure he's learning. I'm sure
he's learning. Yeah, I'm sure he's
True.
probably got some kind of. I mean, a lot of the guys, you know, Eddie Segura, Chicho Arango, Murray, Cifuentes, they're all taking English lessons and they're taking it very seriously.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, Chicho's English has gotten very good. Eddie Segura can have a full conversation, no big deal. Like English, not a problem. So
he's definitely improved.
Oh yeah, and they take it. Max, you were telling me, Eddie like takes it so serious that he's like, guys, I can't go do something. I got my scooter.
That's amazing.
Aspria's being a problem now. He had the shot and he came up there.
Not much help though.
No, you're right. I don't know. I was surprised Nias Goda got the.
He's their leading scorer, 9 goals.
I thought they. Jimmy Chara, is he on the? I mean, I haven't kept up with Portland enough, which I should.
Well, Mora's out long term.
Yeah.
Right.
Mora's
out. Yimmy's not really a 9. But I
So-
guess you could play Aspria as a 9 and play Yimmy on the wing. I don't know. That is an interesting wrinkle.
LAFC forever. Can you stream the game, please? Dish blocked ABC and ESPN.
Dish, what do you think?
Dish.
ABC?
You can't block ABC.
Hey, wait! I gotta just tell you right now. I had to switch all my stuff today because I had Sling. You get no ABC, no ESPN. I was like, well, what's the point of having this? So I switched everything to Hulu Live. That's my new. I'm not getting paid by them. That's my new plug. But I spent the whole day going through and
Good.
canceling all the different subscriptions I had.
I still
To
have YouTube TV.
Because you can bundle Disney Plus,
I use that.
ESPN Plus, and Hulu Live all together. Just saying. And I'm not getting paid. Although maybe I should.
Hulu's got some good shows.
I do.
Oh, it does.
The Bear.
The Bear, I watched the Kiss documentary on there.
Unpopular opinion, but the Kardashians are pretty
On
big
who?
on there.
Do you have,
All right. You've done a Kylie Jenner and a
I know, I need to
Kardashian.
stop.
You are
Good. I
Kardashians
know, it's a strike
cons-
3.
I give my wife grief when she's going. She goes,
We used to live in Connecticut, and she goes, I watched the Kardashians so I can see LA because we miss LA. Okay, I go. Now I go, you're watching the Kardashians. We're back in LA.
You live here.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Who hit that? Was that Moreno?
Moreno.
That was a nice shot. They kind of had a little bend on it. Moreno's a nice player.
Yeah.
Both these teams have done so well with Colombians. There's some reports, the Duran kid from Chicago getting interest from Liverpool?
Wow. Well, I mean, if you're 18,
18.
in a new league, he
This
has
is
like
the business of MLS.
8 goals and 3 assists in like less than 1,500 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to, if you're Liverpool and you could get him for maybe 15 million before he becomes a 25, $30 million player, why not?
your mom's stirring the pot on this chat.
Oh, no.
What did she say?
What did she say?
ATT Wireless. Someone goes, is anyone else having some issues to stream? Linda goes, nope. ATT Wireless.
Also not getting paid. Our family.
Linda, are you going to be popping champagne at the end of this game?
That is the real question.
Did you?
Mom, you got to work on Monday, so just reel it in.
Here,
No, it's early.
Carlitos.
Take it down a notch.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's
good
smart.
idea.
That was so smart.
Cheeky
though.
flashing in there.
Yeah.
That was by design, huh?
How often do you get a guy that makes that run and he gets that rush of blood and just tries to hit the shot, but there's like no angle, and the idea to just play it back and be unselfish was so
calmly
smart.
too.
Right.
How big would this goal be here? You have 3 minutes. LAFC have momentum now. They're settling in, playing away. Crowd's not really into it.
Yeah, everyone's sitting down. What is going on?
As the most obvious broadcaster would say.
They're into it, but they're not into it as they are.
The next goal will
probably
be very important for both teams.
What's your worst soccer cliche?
I mean, the 2-goal lead one
Two-goal
is
lead's
just
bad.
gotten so funny now that like no one dare. How many times do you think you've been in the commentary booth and people are like, it's 2-0. What do we say right now? Don't say anything about it.
Don't say that.
Don't say anything about the score.
Carlitos again. He is on.
come
He is on it.
They're bound to get one.
But before the end of the half, I think so too.
I think.
I think they're in a really good position to get the result here. They did allow a shot on target finally. That long-range shot from Moreno, but that's it.
They played themselves into this game.
Shadows are starting to get away.
Yeah. Jeez. A beautiful day there.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, go Hollingshead.
Oh.
Yeah, Portland's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They're getting stretched a bit. And
What was he thinking? There's no way that was going to be your throw-in. I think
sunscreen.
Taylor Tillman just asked
that was a good
which
question.
manager blinks first, which is another maybe cliche. I think they've both been blinking a lot. No, did I take that too?
no, that's right. I think it is. It's very chessy, you know.
Is it?
A little bit. I mean, both teams are being cautious.
Right.
And that's more a reflection off of LAFC. Portland plays that way. They're going to do it, but they had that little flurry at the beginning where they got aggressive. LAFC are finding their spots. They're not pushing it. I love the way LAFC is playing. I love the way they're playing. But they could go full throttle.
Right. Yeah, I guess it is. Okay, so it is interesting that Portland needs a win. Like a tie doesn't really do much for them. LAFC, obviously, they just want to win the Shield and wrap it up. So, yeah, if you're Portland, do you risk opening the game up even more just to throw more attackers on? Or do you stay pat and say, like,
I think that's a great point.
That is a good point.
I think that's good for Steve Cherundolo. He knows the situation for Portland. Even a tie is not great for them. It's out of their hands if they don't get a win.
So then to answer Taylor's question, I would let
Portland make that decision.
let Portland make a move. Because like right now, this is probably, we would say, without maybe Franco Escobar takes Hollingshead's spot, maybe Chiellini takes one of Segura's or Murillo's spot, but this is the starting 11 going for the playoffs, right? Like, so he doesn't need to make a change. This is the best team on the field.
2 extra minutes.
So, Portland.
Oh my God, let's go.
Oh!
Oh my God, what is? Oh, that was.
Is that Kellen?
It was Bonga, no?
Oh.
Oh no, our stream has frozen. No.
Do we have Dish? Get in there, Carlitos.
Oh, it's back.
Get
It's
in.
back.
There's no one.
Penalty.
Oh,
Penalty.
Come on, Raf.
Okay, in the chat, pen or not, before they take a look at this and think about it. Let's see. Okay, here's the chance.
Look at him wide open.
No, that's Kellen.
It is.
Oh, let's see.
Kellen just filling the lane with Bwanga out wide. He's playing as more of a advanced 8.
Portland with a tie, I think, are still.
No, they're still okay, but they need a win to.
No, but I think they'll still
wow.
control their
So-
destiny next week.
They're not even going to look at it.
No.
I'd like to see the replay of that Vela kind of hip check.
Oh, come on. There's
Oh,
6 of you guys.
Onto the turf. Good block. Jesus.
In.
Seafood. Can't turn it there.
Yeah, you
turn
can't
that
lose,
over.
can't lose the ball there.
This is where the
Especially
crosses
this-
are coming.
Especially this moment in the game.
So crucial.
Yeah, giving up a goal here would be devastating.
I think the game just got amplified a couple notches
Yeah.
this last.
I mean, we all were now like,
Yeah, like on the edge.
Everyone thought someone's penal. Leonardo, your mom. Play on.
Play on.
Well, I just said Linda. Okay.
Linda.
Play on. Bwanga has been having a great game so far.
Gerardo, though. He's been great since his arrival. It's just kind of getting into
he
the
does
rhythm.
little things that just get you like off the. It reminds you of kind of when Carlos first came in the league, and you were like,
He was just
wow,
finessing
he's just,
everyone.
just this little bit of extra bit that he's got. Like he's beating guys, but he's also doing like really fun things to do it.
So we're gonna get to the half here.
Yeah, looks like this will bring us to the half.
Let's take a look.
As our-
4 shots on target for LAFC. Is that right?
Yeah.
1 for 4 out of.
As
They've
our,
moved ahead in possession.
as our stream freezes once again. I'm gonna guess it's halftime.
Probably. Awesome.
All right, it's halftime. 0-0.
How you feeling?
Quick take.
How we feeling?
You know, I don't know. I have mixed emotions. I feel like I was really, really content, happy, and now I'm kind of a little worried, but I love the energy of the game.
Got to get a goal. Got
Gotta
to go
get-
for it. But
gotta-
they've tried. They've tried more than Portland has.
Yeah, I don't want to sound cliche, but yeah, really, the next goal really will dictate this game.
For sure.
We'll see what happens. I have nervous energy, but I think LAFC's. I haven't seen them play this well in Portland in a while,
Really?
so I like seeing this, and especially after they struggled a little bit coming into this game, it's a good
Yeah.
split, I would think.
Last season's games at Portland were really wild, right? I mean, you was in there. It was like edge of your seat. It was wide open. This hasn't felt like that at all.
Yeah.
I think LAFC's going to be pretty happy about the way they played. And they're talking to Giovanni Savarese. It is a tactical game. It's like who I have to confirm to see if Portland get a tie, if that keeps them ahead of Real Salt Lake, because they have the same amount of wins. They have a better goal differential. So I think a tie might get Portland in the playoffs.
Okay.
So that changes, I think, a little bit.
Well,
That's going to change them.
so it's 0-0 at half. Second half, as we've said, games in Portland get wild, so you don't want to miss the second half. Obviously, a trophy's on the line for LAFC. Playoff berth is on the line for Portland. But we're going to take a little break here, and we're going to throw it to my favorite show because I host it. It's In Touch with Steve Trundolo. This week's version, because we're getting towards the end of the season, is a best of. So check out the best of In Touch with Steve Trundolo while we go take a little break, and we'll see you in the second half. Vince Rosa here with LAFC head coach Steve Trundolo. Steve, we are right around the corner from your very first match. Where are you at emotionally? Where's the mentality at? I mean, the preseason felt short, but I'm sure it's been long. Where are you at?
I have a checklist on my whiteboard in my office, and for the most part, all the boxes have checks in them. So we feel good at where we are right now, but fully knowing this is just one game.
When you got named a head coach, there was a moment that you really anticipated. It was like, I can't wait to do this for the first time. What was it? Did it live up to the hype?
Absolutely, it was the first game at the bank. I had been there before and watched games, obviously, but standing on the sideline in the pressure cooker, so to speak, it was fantastic. And then scoring the first couple goals, keeping a clean sheet, seeing our fans celebrate, yeah, that exceeded my expectations for sure.
Okay. So you had the pleasure of letting 3 players know that they've been voted in as All-Stars: Elias Sanchez, Chiqui Palacios, and of course Carlos Vela. What was that moment like for you to let those guys know before training?
Yeah, it's a wonderful privilege to let those guys know, and they were happy and surprised. But it's also important for me as a coach to let those guys know in front of the team, because without the team, they wouldn't be where they are. And it's an accomplishment for everybody, not just the individuals, and that's something to celebrate as a group, and we did.
Welcome back to another edition of In Touch with Steve Trundolo. Obviously, I am not Vince nor Max. We are here in a special edition where we are going to be playing some golf, soccer golf that is. Got it. Got it.
That was a birdie or a double bogey?
Can I take this? Are you guys cool with me taking this?
There are
There we go.
no gimmies here.
That's really good. That is really good. This is for 3.
It's a good one.
No! And
Right through it, out of bounds.
Oh! Disaster! As you can see, there are some red sticks. You must hit the ball through those channels. Goal is the hole.
All right, let's do this. I think you can go for it. Woo! Yes!
Oh,
There's my eagle. Just for everybody at home, this is the first take. This is the first take for everybody at home.
Oh my goodness.
Good luck, guys. See you in the clubhouse.
Steve Cherundolo is the best foot golf player in Los Angeles.
Blazing hot.
Blazing hot.
I will take all challengers.
Sub question to that, will your score from last week's foot golf ever be broken?
No.
No. Something interesting, it's gonna be in honor of Gareth Bale scoring his first goal. Steve and I are gonna attempt to speak Welsh. East goal?
East goal, yeah.
East goal?
Who's goal?
Uskol. School.
School.
Okay. Okay. Last one. There's no chance. And we think it's Lubercoitis.
I think it's
Choitis.
Lubercoitis. And that's going to be like, I don't know, something like choir, library, choir. I don't know how this will come together.
Public footpath. And the correct way to say it would be. Wait, this doesn't even help you.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the word we just read. That's okay, it's a different language.
Thubercoitus.
Yeah, Bercotoius. That makes a whole lot of nonsense.
We're gonna do a little contest. Price is Right rules here. We're gonna talk about famous streaks in sports pop culture.
What is the longest hitting streak in MLB history?
All right, 1, 2, 3. 46. Wait, at least we're in the same ballpark,
right.
which is fitting for this. What was the answer here?
56 games.
Oh, see, I wanted to get it spot on.
Good for you.
Okay, Steve, you gotta start picking it up.
Well, all right. Well, it's easier when you make the rules to the games. Let's go play 1v1 out there, and then you tell me who needs to catch up.
Is that?
It's a challenge.
Yeah, that would actually be a punishment for me.
What is the longest streak for most weeks at #1 for an album on the Billboard music charts? The answer is 54.
There you go.
All right, we got one.
There you go. Do I have to guess the actual album? Dark Side of the Moon.
In 1961, the soundtrack to West Side Story.
Oh wow, never would have got that. I thought my Dark Side of the Moon was a pretty good guess.
So who was buying these things? Like
a lot more people that like theater,
over
musical
a year,
theater.
That was the #1?
Yeah.
I bet you my mom bought it. Hey, Mom.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
You guys don't know this, but you'll find out now. Our head coach is a certified barista, and he became one on a little break that he had. So tell me the story. How do you become a certified barista?
Well, you get fired from a job to have a little time.
You said it was a break. You didn't tell me you were fired.
It's the same thing in my line of work.
I'm gonna name a drink, and you're gonna tell me how you would make it, as you being the expert barista, and then give me a player that you would be making it for and why. So let's start with a favorite of a lot of people, a latte.
An espresso drink with just a shot of espresso, and then I think 2/3 of steamed milk. I am gonna give it to Chicho, because Chicho is, in his core, hard and precise like an espresso, but has a lot of cream on top and milk on top.
So for the last one, I'm gonna throw you a bit of a curveball, especially for a barista. Instant coffee.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, don't lie.
And I refuse
Come
to
on.
answer that.
Come on.
That's not coffee.
You could have said me then. You could have you
No.
in the instant coffee.
That's
Nobody?
That's not coffee.
Let's start with your family and going back to school. What are the emotions?
It's a mix of emotions. So there's a little bit of like nervousness, also excitement, and then there's like, I'm kind of dreading homework and school again. So it's all of those kind of balled up into one. And so us as parents now in the parenting role, try to relieve the nerves a little bit and take away the anxiety and try to make it positive and fun, because that's how school, if done right, can be.
First thing that comes to mind when you think of your mom?
Incredible woman. On all fronts. I was the youngest of 4, and so she still managed to, while working full-time, getting her education, taking care of the family, she still managed to put me in a good spot to succeed in life. Just an incredible lady with an amazing work ethic, but also the ability to love as well.
6-2, so that means that you are doing a punishment of my choice. Don't want to start it too high. I'm going to keep it with you sitting in this chair. I want you to look directly in the camera and let everybody know that Vince LaRosa is one of the smartest journalists you've ever worked with and has a beautiful football mind.
Okay. It's my camera. Vince LaRosa is a brilliant journalist and has one of the best football minds I have ever come across.
Brilliant. I can't think of a better way to end an episode. This has been In Touch with Steve Trundolo. We had fun. I hope you stuck along to the very end to see that punishment. You know I'll be clipping it out and putting it on all my social medias. Of course. Love having Steve here. He's obviously a great sport. You guys are always great. We'll see you guys next week. All right, we're back. Second half's going to come up soon. They're playing the replays. They were actually just showing Portland fans holding up the Welsh flag because everyone loves Gareth Bale.
Who doesn't?
Just in case you're
By the way, if I
joining
see,
us-
what's the name of the actor who does that Welsh?
Michael Sheen.
If I see that one more time, I'm going to break something, okay? I don't have to see, he doesn't have to do 3 editions of it. I get it.
If you're new, you just joined the stream and you're wondering why are they talking about Michael Sheen and Welsh flags and all that things, this is the 110 football watch party for LAFC versus Portland. A big watch party. I would say this is the most important watch party we've ever done because if LAFC wins this match, they raise the Supporters Shield. So welcome. If you're in the chat, be active, be vocal. We have a little iPad. We've been checking it from time to time. I'm Vince Rosa.
I'm Jen Muñoz.
Oh, there you go. You want
Hello
to
there.
He needs no
Max
introduction.
Bretos. And I already told you the first half why this is the most important game in the history of LAFC from my perspective.
It's called a reset in the business. You should know this.
So if LAFC don't clinch the Supporters Shield today, next week we are scheduled on our local broadcast.
Oh, he's going back into this. Go.
Where's the
You said reset.
No, it's fine. Well, that's not what I meant to reset.
It's a local broadcast. However, if it's for the Supporters Shield, there's a very good chance one of the national broadcasters will take it, which means I don't get to call a final game. I'm being very selfish. No one wants that. Exactly.
I'm on Max's side.
Who would be your +1 if you call it, Jordan?
Yes.
The
So let me
security
confirm
guard.
that.
Yeah.
I believe it's Jordan.
Jay Harv?
Jay Harv.
Mr.
Jay Harv
LAFC?
has gotten so much better.
Jordan Harvey, I
broadcast.
believe, is right now doing a different watch party, a more exclusive one at the LAFC Stadium.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Too big. So what we did was we went one up. We went one upped him, and we got Jen Muñoz.
Exactly.
Think about that, Jordan Harvey.
In your face,
Jordan.
Harvey.
He just walks in. He's like, "What are you guys talking?"
He probably would. No, he'd be like, Vince, I heard you're talking.
He just drives over.
Yeah.
We also have a special guest, your bestie from high school.
Yes, my best friend from high school. He's here to make sure that I don't claim.
Where'd you guys go to high school?
Claim to have been good at anything. Servite High School in
Servite.
Anaheim, California.
It's a great school.
It's a very good soccer school now. When Chris and I played there, not so much.
Okay.
You can still take it.
Yeah. Well, just would have liked to play for the coach now as opposed to the coach that we played for. I'll just
What
say
was
that.
Vince like as a teammate?
He's not mic'd, so this isn't gonna.
Oh.
This isn't gonna really read well. And not just that, but shut that down.
Okay.
He's great. One word.
There you go.
One word.
You said great, just in case you didn't
For real,
know.
the best.
Okay.
For real.
Okay. He said he was the best. Wow. So nice of him.
So, Chris, humor me for this a second. There was my senior year. I was like just banging an assist, like no tomorrow. And then
You
I
played
remember.
centerman.
No, I had to play. I had to play wing, which in the summertime I'd always play forward. And then they're like, you go back and play wing because you're not tall, which is like high school soccer 101. Tall guys play up front or they play center mid or center back. But I was banging an assist, and then at the end of the season, I was like, man, I must have been pretty close to the record because the record was like 11. And I took every single corner. Like we were deadly on corners. I like look, and I'm like, 7 assists?
I'm
Coach
posting.
is like, yeah, that's all we
I'm
had.
posting
That's
something
all we
for
had.
110 football. That's why I'm staring at the phone. Producer Chris.
Are you talking to the voice of God?
Yes, that's why I was looking at my phone. I was posting this while I was hearing this conversation. This is very important.
Well, he stepped on
It's all
my.
about
Yeah,
the
he stepped
IG.
on my. I probably should have had the single season record for assist. I'm pretty sure I probably did, but
Let's just,
whatever.
you could just say that you did.
Listen, like,
In our book.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the book that I put out yearly, it's the Servite High School unofficial record book.
Yeah. Awesome.
all right, good. We're ready to
What
rock.
were you posting?
Or photo on my Instagram stories.
Yeah,
It's
check
very
it out.
important. I'm going to repost right now.
By the way,
I may have made a mistake because I was rushed by our producers. So there might be some.
if you're wondering where we are, and we're just kind
And
of.
I didn't have Chris's handle, so I just put "and Chris" instead of.
That's it.
Yeah, he's.
Okay.
I think he's gone like private. He's incognito on the.
By the way, with regards to your team, like if you'd say I played soccer, high school soccer. Oh wow.
No, people don't say that.
Like if you played for the Golden State Warriors in the '80s, I were the Warriors. Oh yeah, they were like the worst team every year.
Right.
You'd say the Warriors. Oh, Steph Curry. Yeah.
But you could have played in the 80s.
Yeah, you could play with Joe Barry Carroll, and you're
Taking those
9 games out
taking
of.
those underhanded free throws, man.
Can you name all the players from the night? Can we hear what Steve says here?
Oh, he's saying that.
He's talking about something. Look at that bench. Unbelievable. Teo.
Is it hot there?
Looks like.
Yeah, I got a wet thing. It has to be pretty hot. It can't be too hot.
Yeah, it's beautiful
It's October.
here.
But what a great place. October, Portland, that's a great time to go up there. It's really nice. And we know we have our differences with the Timbers as we start the second half. Let's talk about the bench. I mean, how many players come in, I think, would be interesting. Chiellini is interesting. I think the center back pairing's done really well. You don't
normally change center backs, right? Unless there's an injury. I love that Steve uses a lot of his changes.
Yeah.
Why not? You got a bench like that, and you've got teams we're playing against that don't have
who would you
3,
sub
4
in?
guys deep.
Tell us on the chat.
Yeah,
and
in the
who
chat.
and when.
Who and when and why.
The exact time.
I agree with kind of what Taylor was assessing. It's like, let these guys, at least the first 15 minutes, don't think about changing anything and let them see what they can create. Because Steve didn't seem excited about the start of the game, but I think they definitely played themselves into the game. I mean, they had the best chances, I would say, right?
They had the best chance by
far. You'd say the Count Acosta and Vela chance, nothing that Portland has come anywhere close to that big of a chance.
They had one shot on target. It was like a 20-yard blast from Santiago Moreno. That wasn't a foul? Oh, boy.
This looks dangerous.
Look at Ilya conducting the defense very nicely.
Oh,
well handled.
Wow, okay.
Well handled.
Look at that.
I love what
Look
Ilya
at that
did there.
back line.
He got everyone organized really quickly. That was really nice with a hands gesture, with his vocal demands. I'm sure that we didn't hear, but you could assume.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Well, because it's important too, because you think that just when a guy runs by another guy, the next guy knows, hey, that's my man, pick it up. But it doesn't. You talk to these guys, it doesn't happen this way. We've talked to Maxime Crepeau, and we're like, probably a lot of talking going on out there. He goes, not as much as you'd think.
Yeah.
So guys need to be more vocal, because that's the dangerous moment. It's like the Carlos Vela run that we were talking about. If you get a little bit of speed on a guy in a yard, that could be a goal. That's all you need in this league.
Good passing here by the Timbers in tight quarters. Oh, lovely. Get it out of there.
Smart
See if we
step.
get forward running.
Oof.
Oh,
There you go.
Mwanga.
Look at that.
Look what I found.
Get out and run.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Advantage. Yep. We got it.
Definitely a
And a
Charlie
card.
horse.
And a card.
It probably should be.
Look at that.
So we're asking you in the chat, who would you bring into this game and when? They're going to get a card here.
There's the yellow.
It's the first yellow of the game.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. Do you think they're going to save players for playoffs? Kind of minimize playing time right now?
No, because
They'll have gaps.
the schedule is open back up, right? They won't play again for another week, and then they'll be off either it's like 10 days or 13.
Oh.
Yes,
They have a
because
bye.
it's like a Thursday or is it a Monday?
Yeah, it's either a Thursday or a Sunday, I believe,
Oh, that's a very long break.
is the window. Yeah, it's kind of like what's optimal, Jen? Like when does after you play a game, you do your recovery. I'm sure you got a whole process. I mean, that's become probably the biggest change in modern football, is the fact that the recovery is so important. But you get through like a game, you get through like a day or two. Like, when do you start to feel like your body is like, I could probably play another game if I wanted to?
Probably by the fourth day. So the second day after the game is always the hardest, is when your body feels it the most.
Okay.
It's scientifically proven, but yeah, I would say probably depends who you play.
Scientifically proven.
It is. I've actually looked at it.
You don't go by your gut. You're like, oh, yeah.
And now the flip side, at what point is too many days off? Is like too
I
many
think
between a game?
13, 12,
13?
whatever they have. That's quite a bit.
For LAFC, sorry to interrupt. You look at the schedule, it'll wrap up October 9th, decision day. Then they'll have the opening round as the top seed. They'll play in the next game, which will be either October the 20th, a Thursday, or October 23rd, a Sunday. My instincts say it probably is that Thursday.
Oh, no. What a
Oh,
save.
great Pope. There's a big. Porto's having a nice little stretch here.
I like that I said, I think Steve should let this team on there and see if they can play their way into the game. Well, they're going to really have to try to play their way back into the game.
Portland clinches a playoff spot with a win.
Right.
If they have it tied, they're in pretty good shape. because of goal differentials. They have the same amount of wins, which is the first tiebreaker, but they have the same amount of wins as Real Salt Lake.
Okay, right here, if you're Capo, hold the ball, tell everyone to get forward, and it's like we said in the first half. Put it into the other half, see if you can win a second ball, and just get in the half, because right now you've played defense for the first 4 minutes. So I would love it if he just kind of punted it forward instead of playing out of the back. But
played out of the back.
Luckily, Portland's sitting off. They're getting at least a little feel for the ball.
Oh,
I don't know if that's who that was. I don't know if that was who that was for. Yeah, get in the box.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They were just late.
Gotta have guys arriving. Okay, now it's a crossing situation for sure.
So perfect. What a weight. Could you weigh a ball any better than Vela just did there?
No.
Especially
on the turf, too.
Here we go. Oh, great passing here.
Yeah.
It's getting on Vela. Yeah! It had to be.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah! Who hit that ball across?
Wow. Kellen switched play to Carlos, and he was just dying to set up the curler.
Okay, let's reenact that.
in the zone. Okay, Max, if you could show me how Carlos Vela curved that ball.
Kellen Acosta.
You like that
Look at that touch. Wow.
Oh, my God.
Wow, that's a
pass to find him on the other side of the box.
Carlos Vela not hitting anything out of the box. Now he's had 2 goals from outside the box. Was it the Minnesota game?
Yep.
You were just talking about that, how he just hits shots from so far. Wow.
From my perspective, that's the best goal of the season for the reason I told you.
I mean, the most important goal of the season. Yeah, for Max. It's the most important goal of the season for Max Bretos.
Thank you, Carlos.
Wow. What a finish.
Wow. I just got the chills.
So.
Uh-oh. Someone's on the ground.
But I love it. It came after that Portland stretch. And I was going to say, Portland's pushing numbers forward, and that's where maybe you can catch them. You're catching a desperate team.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely. Jesus saying vintage Vela. That's absolutely correct. I mean, we were begging for this all season. We got like a little taste of it in that Colorado game where he scored the hat trick. Then he didn't have anything. And like you said, Max, the Minnesota game is where he kind of brought the curler back. And now again.
Uh-oh.
How? Okay, we can't take the shot here, Jen. Okay. But like, let's say we get up. Okay. Let's just look at it.
Let's go. Bring it in.
Let's just look at it. Okay, so you're right-footed though. So
I am.
Imagine we're mirroring this. Carlos is clearly heavily left-footed. But when you're curling the ball, like what is the approach? And then what is your mind? Like where are you looking to strike the ball on your boot?
Honestly, I feel like with Carlos, you were just talking about earlier how he's just so powerful with the shot, even with his passes too. I mean, he didn't really take a step. He just kind of like went under the ball, and I think his what's it called? The curve was just, it was I'm losing my train of thought right now.
Because Carlos is so good.
No, yeah, Carlos is. I don't even know how to do it.
The swerve
honestly.
on that ball.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever.
But so if he's not making a run up, like you said, so he's having to generate like from the hip, then right?
Exactly,
so he's really having to twerk. Like that's got to.
And just like his positioning, I mean, he was kind of up for another one.
Oh yes! Oh, Chicho!
Oh! Our screen just went blank.
The stream jumped for a hot second.
How did that not go in?
We don't hold everything.
I think it got deflected as he tried to play.
Oh, you got to put that away.
Portland looks kind of worried now.
Yeah, this shuts it down right here.
Carlos again starting the play.
He's on one.
Okay, that's a goal.
Yeah.
That's a goal.
No. But
also,
Chicho was right there. Bawanga, like Jen, if you wouldn't mind, Bawanga's here. The ball's there. Bawanga's here.
Oh!
If Bawanga's here and you see your man open there, the second he looks up or looks to pass, you have to get in front of the defender. You can't. If you stand back there, what's Chicho supposed to do?
Well, Jesus on the chat said he goes, looks like Bawanga straight offside. He may have.
He may have, but that's what you got to keep yourself alive. I mean, look, Bawanga is a wide forward. You'd actually rather it was the other way around. Bawanga rushing in and Chicho staying alive, keeping in that back shoulder and then arriving at that moment. But Chicho's exactly right there. Bawanga can't hide behind his defender because what happened is exactly what's gonna happen.
Connor Collapsis.
Oh, we have Connor Collapsis straight from Mexico.
From Mexico.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Connor? How's it? Where are you, in Cabo?
No, I made
or
my
are
way
you in
from
Spain?
Mexico to Vegas.
He's definitely
Oh, you're in
the beach.
Vegas. Oh, are you going to see the Raiders play?
I'm the only person watching a soccer game on their phone in the stadium.
Oh, you are in. Wait, it's Allegiant, right?
Wait. Let me tell you something about Connor. He invited us. I got to see the SoFi Stadium, Rams versus Lions, and then there's a huge TV there, and he puts on a non-important game from last season between Austin and the Houston Dynamo. It's NFL Sunday. You can put a game, and the people in the room are going, "What are you doing?" And I go, "There you go, Connor."
Hey, I'm living it up, Max. Come on, let's go, Vela. 1-0.
When
You guys should be still jumping.
When Vela scored and you screamed, how many people in the suite did you terrify?
You know what's funny is I started cheering, and everyone else just started cheering because I was cheering, so it was great.
Aw,
Just
what
join
a
along.
lovely tender. Raider fans need something to cheer about.
That's true.
Raiders. All right, well, I love you guys. I miss you guys. Let's go. Let's win this Supporters Shield, baby.
Oh, we miss you too. By the way,
You're the man, Connor.
This new space here in the studio, you're really missing out. This is the jam. This is the way to do it from
You
now
guys
on.
look like you're having fun.
We are having
out.
fun. Hopefully, the people watching at home are having fun. with us.
We might pour something stronger than water. And what do you got? What do you got
and
there,
a
Jen?
little double shot energy of the.
Connor, there's
yeah.
some champagne in the.
Is that doing the job for you?
It is, but it might need a little
Do you give us
espresso
permission to
martini,
pop that if
actually.
we win the Supporters Shield?
I give you fully permission to pop it on my behalf.
There we go. Connor Klopsis giving us the full permission.
Oh, watch that spree
All right,
here.
thanks,
Watch
guys.
that
I love you guys.
spree. Oh.
I don't think I was breathing that whole time.
Okay.
Okay,
Where are you on the
Connor.
clock, Connor?
Bye, Connor. No, Connor's taking off. He's taking off. He's got to watch the game. Oh.
By the way, the identity of LAFC, we've seen it change, Vince, because we said LAFC in 2019, the gold standard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 4-goal, 5-goal, 6-goal games. The LAFC, I think this is what we're going to see in the playoffs. They're going to be grinded out. Maybe not at home, but if this,
well, you know,
you're happy with 1-0, you know, if you can get those things.
So a term that gets used a lot in this sport is control. But the type of control you want are the
That's
a tough foul. That's a
That
yellow.
was, yeah.
Eddie, yeah.
The type of control you want, it depends on your coaching style. Bob wanted to control through goals because goals change games. They force other teams to either come out more, and so he wanted to control games that way. Steve seems to be more of the old school approach. Let's control games. Yes, we want the goals, but then also let's not get spread. Let's stay compact. Let's move up the field as a unit. That's his term of control, so I think that's the difference between 2019 and this 2022 team. But like you said, in the playoffs, it seems like Steve's idea of control is where it's at. Like, you can race out, and you can win 3-1 in the playoffs, but it really doesn't happen that often.
And also, let's keep this in mind. Portland are putting numbers forward now. They're starting to play like it's a little further advanced. Now you got to be careful. Now, but if you can catch them here, not over the set piece.
And it's in the sun going into the shade too.
Not great.
Not great for Maxime Crepeau.
Oh yeah, they're talking about Bill Tuiloma, and we're talking about Ryan Hollingshead. Tuiloma's, I think, got 6 goals, so he's right there with Ryan.
And a lot of them are through this type of thing, a set piece outside. You don't see many center backs taking set pieces from 25 yards out.
We've talked about it too. LAFC is going to need 2 goals to win this game. It clipped the wall. Nice. And I think that's really good for the wall because to your point about the shadows, you don't want it getting over that wall.
Nope.
With a goalkeeper doesn't,
Who's
we
that?
can barely see it.
Is that Kellen?
Was that Hollingshead?
No, it was either Segura or Hollingshead got ahead on that.
Hit us up in the chat with LAFC up a goal. Change the substitute patterns. I want to hear who comes in here. This is the time. We need to get your comments in quickly because at the hour mark, 65th minute, I think some changes are happening, especially with Portland showing some fangs here. That's a good ball.
Yeah,
nice,
that's
Maxime.
a tough one. Gonna go right back.
What was that?
See if we can counter here.
Second phase defending. There you go.
Oh, good. I think. I
don't. I mean.
I would say this. I bet you he takes Carlos out around the 70th minute. Mm-hmm. Because the surface plus.
So if it's Carlos, do you do like for like and you bring in a Teo or a Bale?
Yeah, I think
or do
Bale.
you bring Mahal in?
Bale for sure.
Bale maybe for Chicho.
Okay.
But I don't think you do it now. Well, Chicho's still looks dangerous, but hasn't been the Chicho we saw during the months of August, September.
Could you see a world where Giorgio comes in and another center back doesn't come out?
I think Giorgio gets in here too, no?
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's like you.
Well, here you go. Eddie Segura just picked up a yellow card.
Oh, okay, fair.
Good point.
Now you have a reason, and you want to see George. Giorgio wants to get in here. Could you believe this? If yesterday when we said of all the things that would have to happen for LAFC to win it, we're 30 minutes away from it all happening. I just jinxed it. I know I did.
No.
But I said there's no way we'd be in this situation.
Right.
I said Charlotte's not going to win, and Portland's going to, they're at home, and here they are. So I say bail for Chicho soon. Maybe Teo or Mahala.
Mahala, I mean, you want a guy that.
For Vela, 70th minute.
But you know what? But Mahala's not so. I mean, he can get in behind and he can wear down teams, but he's not super ball secure. So I kind of rather Teo.
Wouldn't that be something? A guy who's seen 30 minutes of action to get into here?
Here's an easier question. Scale of 1 to 10. Where are you at right now? Like your nerves. And you can tell me in the chat, which is 1 to 10. 10 being you're absolutely losing it. 1, you're super calm. Where are you at? I'm at like a 9.5.
Okay.
And I'm going to be at it for the next 30 minutes, which is like just redlining for way too long.
Yeah, I also just because Portland has a sense of urgency right
They
now.
do.
Like,
They
it's a
definitely
big
are.
change.
But
Look how many men
they're a desperate
forward.
team.
Yeah.
If this result holds up, they have to win in Salt Lake. You don't win in Salt Lake. They have a great home field advantage.
That's Denny Bouanga making that play right there in the 18. I really like that.
LAFC,
There you go.
LAFC's going to get a
There
good
you go.
counter chance here. It almost happened there.
There you go.
There, Bouanga wins another
Let's go.
50-50.
Look at him go.
Oh, go.
All the way,
Drive,
Denny.
drive.
All the way, Denny.
Help him.
Right back. Sifu.
Oh. 3v1.
Trying to secure the ball in the moment. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Oh, he's fast.
This game is stretched.
Oh, yeah. And if it's
This is a fun
stretched, this
game.
is great for LAFC.
It is, but Espria can do some things.
We want to say hi to Junior Alv. Is it Junior Alvin? He's watching on the road from my soccer game.
Hopefully not on your car.
Please give shout outs. You just got one. Thanks for joining in the
Junior,
chat.
what was the score of your soccer game? We want to know. Did you win?
Yeah, Junior, let us know. Gabe said his level is 9.
Yeah, I'm about there with you, Gabe.
Joseph
9.5.
said 5.
I'm a kind of
5.
6. I'm
Damn.
a 6 because I feel comfortable because if I take out the situation about the broadcast. I mean, LAFC's put themselves in a position to win it, and they're playing better. And
Wait, this is
They
the
look
first,
confident.
Carlos Vela looks like the MVP in the league. He's not going to be the MVP in the league, but who else would you want in this situation?
This is the first time I'm hearing this. What broadcast situation?
Take that out of the picture. I love that. I just love that Kellen Acosta was involved there too, and because people have been talking about his
Man,
passing.
they treat him so
His
bad on
passing's
the
fantastic.
national team.
They treat him so bad on the national team, and he had a comment about how he says people are pulling against players, which is absolutely true.
Yep.
It's absolutely true. People take pleasure in crapping on Acosta and Long and Jordan Mars and Paul Arriola that if they score in a World Cup, I think they'd be upset, and that really bothers me.
Nope.
Kellen's 100% right.
Uh-oh.
That's a nice ball again. Jesus. Go, 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 go.
Right.
No.
Oh my God.
Yellow
Yellow.
card.
Yellow. Yep.
Wow, Denny is a counter-attacking menace.
When
That's
we were talking
awesome.
about changes, he was the one on the front line where I was like, you just can't, but you can't take Denny off because he's
Can't take
so
Denny
press
off.
resistant. He can hold on to the ball.
He's
He can
exactly
drive it
what you want
forward.
right now.
He brings that spark.
Yeah, an absolute luxury. And people were, someone in the comment I know compared him to Brian. And Brian, a lot of zigging and zagging maybe. He doesn't, not as direct. That is.
He's probably my
Verdict.
favorite player.
Denny Bouanga?
Yeah.
I bet he's going to become, you're going to see Bouanga shirts.
You know what? His willingness to go into just those kind of hard-nosed areas. Oh.
Now he got a yellow card for a Portland player who's going to miss the game. He is just putting a ratchet into Portland's season.
That's the difference between this team and the 2019 team. Played it around the back, looked for an opening, and then, hey, look, if there's space in behind, play it there. Maybe we can win the second ball. No chance that 2019. I mean, they would do it from time to time, and you just see Bob screaming. Or the classic. Remember we used to ask Mike Sorber, what is Bob doing when he's turning around and he's counting and he's always talking to you guys? And we're like, he seems like he's really mad. Mike goes, no, not mad. Well, maybe sometimes. You can tell I'm at a 9.5 because I'm not.
By the way,
sat back. Like,
Bob,
I'm like this.
some people giving Bob Bradley
grief because Toronto kind of laid an egg. Let me tell you about it. Toronto's been a hot mess.
Yeah.
Bob, that's a project.
The amount.
And he got these Italian players that are really talented. He got them a month ago.
Yeah. The amount
He's doing fine.
They made a ton of moves.
They made a ton of moves.
That doesn't. It's not FIFA. You don't just put them in and then all of a sudden the team's good.
But anyway, I want to finish the thing on Kellen. He's one of those guys, and I go, I'm happy he did that because the fan base has become really annoying with that kind of stuff. Stop pulling against players.
I'm also
it's
happy.
your national team.
I'm also happy he did it because it confirms what we've always known. Like, these players are paying attention.
They are paying. Thank you.
I love when you get the guys that go, oh, I don't look at that stuff. Don't you lie to me.
Yeah,
Think about Aaron
Jen
Long.
Muñoz, how much did you read your own criticism
Absolutely
and go on
everything.
Twitter?
Every single comment.
Yeah?
I looked at my name. Everyone does that. Don't lie to me. Going to the chat, Junior did win his game.
Yes.
And then,
Vamos, Junior.
Congratulations. Gerardo Rio said, Bouanga willingness to drop back and bring the ball up is amazing. He drives the play forward a lot of the times.
Progressive dribbles, man.
Sure.
Thank you for taking the board there because I was
course.
like,
You're just, dialed in.
thank you.
I thought for a while there you were just ordering food.
I'm a little peckish.
To celebrate, maybe.
Oh, there's your guy.
By the way, Giorgio Chiellini's
That guy's
body
definitely
language
coming in.
tell me he's not coming in the game. He's kind of like, I don't think he's coming in the game. He's still sitting. If he was coming in the game, he'd be warming up, right?
That's true.
Scared.
I didn't see the other guys on the bench. I don't think he's coming in.
All right, let's go back live to the House of Football Defenders of the Bank. Guys, where are you? Where are the emotions
And is
at?
there
Where are you at right
the
now?
Osasuna guys show up?
So there is one Osasuna fan here, and I only know that because when Benzema had that PK save, there was definitely an audible "yeah" from somebody in the back of the bar. So that was.
It might have been Slippy heckling Scarf.
Yeah, Slippy's not a
Definitely
Real
got
Madrid
one.
fan at all.
What's happening in the Real Madrid game?
Yeah, look, it's they're super intense right now because that's obviously a close one. But let me tell you, you can cut the tension inside House of Football with a knife right now. People watching this game here, it's been a very typical Portland LAFC game, right? And then we had vintage Carlos Vela, right? I mean, a thing of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
A thing of beauty indeed. I don't know who's sweating more, man. Me or Denny Bouanga. I'm so nervous watching this game. Every possession is nerve-wracking. Every touch of the ball, every foul. We haven't the typical Portland LAFC game. We haven't seen as many yellow cards as I would have anticipated, but the day is still young. But man, each and every single possession, I'm sweating it out. I know there's people out there that make this like foolish claim that Supporters Shield doesn't matter, but that's such a load of BS. It certainly matters. Every game that this team plays matters to me, whether it's Open Cup or a preseason friendly. I hate losing.
Philly.
I love this club so much.
Philly, has
Yes.
the Supporters Shield perception changed because of LAFC, what they did in 2019? Because to me, I've always watched Supporters Shield. I always try to give it push, but I think what LAFC did with that celebration is those lasting images. There's never been a celebration for Supporters Shield like that. How much has that
and I
changed
remember
it?
like when they presented the shield to us at Bank of California Stadium. I mean, it was a beautiful moment. It was honestly like one of the most beautiful ones in our young club's history. But look, having followed this game for as long as I have, since I was single digits of ages, the equivalent means everything to the. Yes, it was a long time ago. Thank you very much. To me, it's. We've said it before, Vince. I've heard you say it. It's so much harder to stay on top than it is to go on a nice little run in the postseason. I mean, to me, it's like, yeah, there's the Supporters Shield curse, but I'm looking at that glass half full perspective. I'm looking at it from the lenses of like Toronto, where they won the Supporters Shield and the MLS Cup. And to me, not winning a Supporters Shield this year would be a disappointment. Not winning the MLS Cup too, though, would be an even bigger disappointment. But I'm not going into this thinking that way. I'm thinking that we're going to break hearts and set trends and continue to set this league on fire.
Bouanga,
I mean,
Chicho.
It's so interesting to me to have any fan or player say like, the Supporters Shield doesn't matter, because when you go to those clubs like the Barcelonas, the Liverpools, the Man Cities, they say, no, we try to win every single trophy. And we don't, I mean, yes, obviously the Champions League is maybe the pinnacle. A lot of coaches will always say the league is the top first, because it's just like, you got to win your league and then think about Champions League, because it can be a crapshoot.
Yeah.
But
win
every trophy.
Philly, where are you on time-wise? What's the
They're
time?
like 50 seconds ahead of us.
It's 69-20 right now.
Right. Let me ask you guys this. Can LAFC win this game 1-0? Or do they
Yes.
absolutely need
I
to
think
get
they
another
can.
goal?
Yes.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Max, you were alluding to it earlier. I don't think I'm going to see my boy on the back line tonight. Chiellini is out there like having a cup of espresso instead of actually warming up right now.
Talking about guacamole on tacos, you know.
Do you thrust, if you're getting the production out of Chicho, which you kind of are, Do you bring in Bale? I don't know.
I know we're at
the only one that
70
makes
minutes.
sense to me is Vela, maybe, but it's Teo for Vela, which would be a little bit against the grain because Teo's kind of new.
Yeah.
But Teo's the kind of guy you want to kind of be able to get upfield and just want to rest Vela because he's put a lot on his legs on that surface.
Yep. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good. Oh, cool. Oh, my God.
I will say right now, LAFC.
Do they need 2 goals all of a sudden?
LAFC is sitting a little bit too deep, and they're just letting Portland run
I was
right
just
at them.
thinking that, especially.
Oh,
My
no.
God, wait till the 70th minute.
Yeah, you're gonna have a heart attack moment. Actually, you spoiled it.
I
You're
just
not. You're
peed
not.
a little.
Yeah.
Right.
Had far too much coffee, not enough water.
I cannot watch a game like this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we love you guys, but we're gonna have to let you go. Maybe we'll bring you back
Fair
for
enough.
celebrations. But it's
Love
it's
you
too
guys.
it's
Love
too
you guys.
gut-wrenching.
Bye.
Bye, Jen.
Bye. Miss
There
you
they
guys.
go, defenders of the bank. If
Way
you
to
guys
go,
aren't
guys.
already,
Here we
you
go.
need to
This
be
is
following
it.
them and listening to their podcasts.
Oh, no. Oh,
yeah, that's
that
nervy.
wasn't so bad.
Okay, yeah.
That was it, I hope.
It was worse.
Well, they're still
might rush
attacking.
There's still the bug.
Portland is going for it.
Oh, there
Oh.
it is, off the crossbar.
Portland is
that-
going
Yeah.
for it.
She needs
Okay.
a step. Oh my God.
I don't know what change you make, but there needs to be somebody that kind of steps and just.
Portland's season's on the line right now.
They're just
It
too
really
deep.
You
is.
could tell, yeah.
They're too deep right now.
Why
Let's
are they
see.
turning into players? Like,
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's too early to go in the corner, but to hold the ball for a little bit, it's not a bad idea.
yeah.
Gerardo
Step
just.
Oh my God.
And that's why you kind of keep Chicho in.
This is such a good game.
Do they even make a substitution at this point?
I mean, something has to change tactically to get them forward a little more, but I don't know if it's a substitution.
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
But what can you, Jen, like honestly, what could Steve actually communicate? Like it's a full stadium. What could it, like, could you actually tell them any instructions really? Like they have to know that they're
it's
too
on the
deep.
players. Like,
Right.
you should
Well-
know. I don't know.
The depth is the only reason you maybe make a sub because you're not liking the fact that Portland's getting a lot of the chances. But
Right.
who changes that? Gerardo's losing it. We cannot sit deep.
No.
Still 20 minutes. A Poku, but shoe goes out.
I think we're
My
going to
bad.
have to step a little more. You don't have to stay that deep.
Yeah, I feel like the
Portland
midfield is just too tight to the back line, and maybe they need to just be a little braver and just get a little tighter. Because, yeah, it's like every Portland player is getting 10 yards, 15 yards run towards our back line.
It's pretty disorganized
That's
in
a
the middle right
that's
now.
a tough one. Oh, By the way, Real Madrid Osasuna's 1-1.
Oh, wow.
Real Sociedad beat Girona 5-3.
Okay.
A lot of goals.
Did Tati Castellanos score?
Scored one for Girona. It was a 3-2 that put Girona up, and then 3 unanswered from Sociedad. Talking about the Basque teams.
This question is for Jen as the only professional in the room. 73rd minute. Like, at what point do you start looking at the clock, or do you try not? Are you like trying not to look at it because you want to hopefully it seems like you've gotten farther along, or is everyone looking at the clock at this moment?
I think if I'm LAFC right now and I obviously they should all know how much Portland is pressuring them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the clock, hoping this game is over as soon as possible.
LAFC needs possession. They really do.
They do,
just to relax, calm it down a little bit.
Portland's moved ahead in possession. I think that's going to keep going up. 11 shots to 7, although 6 shots to 4 in favor of LAFC on target.
Yeah, they're just chasing shadows right
They're
now.
just
Yeah, this is uncomfortable now. And maybe you make a sub just to get some clock.
There you go.
Now I just like pick.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, you are. The entries into the box are too easy
No.
now.
Oh,
Whoa,
What a save.
that was funky. That must have taken a weird.
LAFC's had their heart broken many times late, especially
Portland.
against Portland, in Portland. I think twice last season, right?
They're just looking to like clog lanes and block passes, and maybe they should be a little more proactive.
Yeah.
Maybe tight.
Well, Yimi Chata comes in. Is that
Who's he
for
coming for?
Yazgoda? Yeah.
Yeah, has to be. Okay, so now they're one less aerial presence, but now you got Yimi Chara, fresh legs, running at your defense,
Ready to score.
wreaking havoc, causing problems. That's a nice shot of the nothing.
Good job, ABC.
There we go. This cameraman's like, yay.
What, man, they talking about that they turned the lights on?
Okay.
Oh, maybe, huh?
Oh, Eric Williamson. Man,
Okay.
that's not a bad guy to bring off your bench.
Right.
He's, to me, top 5 midfielder in the league when healthy.
Really?
In terms of, stitching the team together and controlling and then driving it forward.
And a chance to be the best midfielder in the league, quite frankly, if he
think he can do that.
He's just trying to get his legs under him
Yeah.
right now after his ACL injury.
I don't think he's going to be in MLS too long. He's a very valuable commodity for that kind of player.
How old is he? Is he pretty young?
Well, he's a little bit older. He's like 23.
I want to say 23.
He went to college. Here we go. Mahala and Latif.
And Latif. Okay.
Sparks.
So I'd assume that probably Sifu
Sifu
and
and
Carlos.
maybe, yeah. It's got to be Carlos.
Let's go, another one.
Maybe your last touch, Carlitos. Penalty! That's not a foul?
I think that was the cleanest of the bunch. He's gotten a couple where he's been.
Well, that's Carlos has to maintain that. Oh, no.
Oh, here he goes.
Uh-oh. You're not catching this guy.
Fresh.
Oh,
Fresh
oh. Smart. Jesus went by. Didn't try and take a stab at that ball. There's Colombians everywhere. Look at
One
this.
defender.
Oh,
Right here.
who's right there? Who's marking that?
Williamson.
Yeah, see, they're too deep. Too deep.
Oh!
Maxime.
Oh! Come on, Maxime!
Oh my God.
Maxime's gonna go for a walk.
He flew in the air like Superman.
They're just.
Maxime, man of the match now?
Not
After Carlos?
Not man of the match.
Not man of the match, but very, I mean, he's been so secure.
Again, we've talked about it. A lot of people have said, he hasn't made as many highlight saves, which I do think he has made a lot, but it's been that ability to come out, win the ball, to collect the ball has been almost more important than the saves he's made this year, because it just gives you that sense of someone's gonna stop the bleeding here. Like someone's gonna catch it and we're gonna get a chance to restart. God, they've got to get forward.
Yeah.
There we go. Get maybe a couple passes.
Who's up top
Ooh.
right now?
Oh, that's a
Ooh.
foul. Come on. Yeah.
All right,
you,
now
Raf.
this is great. Now you can bring the subs in.
Waste
Let's see if we
time a little
get
bit.
It's Mahala for Vela, Latif for Sifu. Gerardo saying this game's not good. Yeah,
There you go.
that's it for
That's
Vela.
Malo for Vela. And it's got to be Latif for Sifu. Or no, actually it could be Kellen, because Kellen.
No, it is Sifu.
Is it? Oh yeah, he's walking off. He just runs himself ragged.
And I don't think
tired.
we don't
He
see Chiellini. We probably don't see Bale. And the surface may be a big part of it, where
I
they
don't
want
think
to.
We don't. With Garrett dealing with a little bit of back injury, the travel,
Car-
everything he's gone through.
Well, let's talk about Carlos Vela. He was a 90-minute guy. I mean, this is hard for him, but this is a great conversation that he's had with his coach. He goes, I want you to have that effective 70, 75 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever do that?
Right.
Maybe he knows that you're not going to play 90 minutes unless it's a game we're maybe chasing in the playoffs where we need you out there.
Right. I would assume playoffs. If it's a tie game, Carlos goes the full 90. But you're up 1-0. You have the depth to make changes and to change the complexion of the game.
Ox says it's nerve-wrecking.
Yes.
Sounds really strong. Wreck a nerve.
There we go. Little.
There we go.
It's
Let's
time
see
to
the
connect
impact
some
from the
passes.
subs.
Yeah.
Here, no Chicho. Maybe we do
you
see
got-
Bale.
yeah. Max, you're not
Chicho.
wrong.
Can't do that.
Steve.
3v1 right now.
Oh, Denny. It's got to get. Well, we're getting here to the.
Steve doesn't normally fly off the handle, but little things like that will make him upset. Work hard. There you go, Latif. That's why you're in there. Take a
space.
touch, find a pass.
Do we need a second goal? I would sure like a second goal. There we go. This is excellent.
Nice.
Excellent.
They're desperate right now, right?
Portland is desperate.
So you're connecting some passes is not only gonna help you hold on to the ball and get forward, but when they start chasing, they're gonna start doing this. This is Portland's game. They're gonna start fouling. They're gonna start doing this. It's gonna fall back into because they know that a loss is devastating.
Yeah. And Gabe said, "What does LAC do for the final 10 minutes? You stop the ball. You stop the ball from moving.
Connect passes. If you have a pass that's maybe sideways or backwards, but it's a wide open man, play that pass. Play the secure pass.
Here, good.
Yeah, see, like that. Cheeky knows.
I'll play it back. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe go back to your
goalie,
keeper here.
Yep.
Just slow it down.
There you go.
They're doing the thing. Portland clinches playoff berth for the win.
Let's go.
See, now get the lines forward. Stay
Not
compact.
too much a soft press.
Yeah.
Oh, Chicho's gonna go.
Woo.
That's a good header.
That is a good header. Is that Yimi?
Yep.
Yimi Chara. By the way, congratulations to Independiente del Valle,
winning the Copa Sudamericana, beating Sao Paulo. So all these Brazilian clubs.
An Ecuadorian?
Brought down to earth. Yes, IDV. So.
Do we have, it was Sifu or Chiki that played there? We have a connection to Independiente del Valle, no?
No.
Oh, no, that was the rumors of the coach.
Yes, which I don't think is there now. It's a different coach.
Oh, yeah.
But that's great.
Portland's nervous.
That's great for South American football because Brazilian teams were dominating. Oh, wow. Nice, Maxine.
Hello.
Can you do that? No, you can't.
Oh.
10 minutes to go.
Yeah. Need some water.
Where's your level now? Where's your level?
Do you guys have any like hard pharmaceuticals? Or?
I can make a call.
Can you get here in 10 minutes? Not going to be cheap, Vince.
Not going to be cheap. You may have to pay extra. Oh, I got to get up. Chicho, we need you up.
Yeah. Ooh.
Joseph Sandoval's level is 9.
I'm going to tell you what, Chicho, they're not going to play the ball out for you. So
yeah.
If you could get up and just at least be a body.
Yeah.
It's fine, though. You can still put pressure on the ball.
So
Latif has added something, though. He's been jumping some passes, so he's actually helped the midfield get a little bit more of a rein on this.
Remember all these away games that LAFC had? And oof, just in time. You know, losing to San Jose and Houston. You're like, whoa, what's going on? But they've tightened it up, Minnesota and here. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Well, Giorgio told us it can be as simple as this.
Oh, Aspria.
Oh, my God.
It was really the only aerial threat that they had left.
Don't they have to win?
In from across.
Yeah, they still need a win.
Yeah, but
Why
a point
are they
helps.
taking their sweet time?
A point helps them a lot.
Okay. Dang it.
So how does this change your subs now? You've only used 2. You still have 2 more windows. You got 3. It's a tough one.
Okay, 10 minutes. What the heck?
So close. Yeah, it's a question you bring in Bale. I don't know. Oh, both ball watching.
Yeah.
2v1.
Really good ball, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of them looking at each other saying, was that your man or mine?
That was just a perfect cross.
I would love nothing more, though, to score the second.
I know, well, late. You gotta be careful. Tighten it up here.
Yeah, I mean, they're still going to go for it.
Ooh.
All right, so you're holding on to a lead, you're dropping back now. In order to get what you need, you have to win. But like, where do you find, like, what's going through your head on the field right now? Are you just ruining the mistakes, or do you have is this what's going to be the difference between them being like a really good team and a great team, is being able to pick themselves up?
I think that's going to be a very big difference. Are they going to make a switch and be a little, play with the sense of urgency, or kind of drop
And what a good showcase for the league. I mean, I'm
This is a great game.
we're raw. Ox, no. These are the things that will kill us at the postseason. Cannot afford to get distracted. Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's right.
It's okay.
We will say in the postseason, though, you won't be playing on the road in a crazy Providence Park. That's a good thing, at least. And if you can find your way to win it
A
here,
rare second half goal allowed, by the way, for LAFC.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
On the
think
edge. I don't think Bale comes in. He would have come in already.
Yeah, I just don't know how he really changes the game.
Timber Joey, saw on a log.
What?
And Portland, if I was Portland, I wouldn't get super aggressive for the winner. Yeah, you want to win it, but a point does you
when you know
wonders.
LAFC can score against the run of play, so.
Let's go.
Oh,
pass the.
They say Gareth Bale's coming in
on shortly. So what do we know?
So yeah, don't listen to me.
Okay.
Where are you
This
going?
is that's where you can
Nice. You're
Get
behind.
in. Get in. Oh my God, get in.
in the box.
Numbers.
Yeah, right there.
Mahal is not exactly a crosser of the ball, but this guy is.
Oh.
It's a good idea.
Oh.
With the turf, why not?
Oh, Denny.
There you go.
Another ball, another pass.
Yep.
Oh, you got nervous.
Like an actual pass. That's LAFC's ball.
I got Buwanga. I said he was going to score a goal. Get in there. Get behind the defense.
I would love Buwanga to do something special here because we've been waiting for
Christian
it.
Teo's coming in.
Teo and Bale. So I think.
Oh.
Okay, Chicho. Bale
That's
coming
got
in.
to be Teo, no? Oh, Ilie.
Ilie.
He's going for it. Let's go.
I mean,
Roll that
a tie does nothing for you,
I know.
right? So
Go for it. But why wish they did this a little sooner, no?
Because you know, if they didn't need to.
Like 80th? No. Did score in the 81st.
You know what though?
minute.
With Bale coming in. And
I mean, like after the goal, right? Maybe right after.
with Bale coming in and Teo, and I know it would be really nice for Buwanga to get one. I would love nothing more than Mahala to score this goal.
Ooh, good idea. It was for Bale. Cut back there by Kellen. I don't think there's going to be a lot of stoppage time. LAFC, this is very interesting. They're going for it because they're saying we might lose this game, but.
So is Teo playing? Oh, Sebastian Blanco. So that's where you got to be weary about when you go too far forward because that guy can make you pay.
What does he play?
He's your 10.
Yeah, attacking midfielder.
But he's that guy that like
a lot of injuries.
Does he take control of the game?
As the play goes that way, he just kind of starts floating towards the byline, towards like midfield, and then when it turns over, he's just like, hey, and then he just goes, and then he can pick a pass, he can score the goal on his own. When he's on, he's so good, but he's lost a step after multiple knee injuries.
Yeah, he's had a bad run of injuries.
Do you guys think Portland's kind of intimidated with Bale coming in? Or not really?
Only because if it would be at Bank California Stadium, I'd say, but they've got the crowd behind them. They've had the impetus of this ball.
Oh, what a ball!
Oh, penalty! It's gotta be!
That's a penalty. No, that's
Come on!
You gotta be kidding me.
Come on, VAR, that's sucker.
No, that's ridiculous. That's definitely a penalty.
You've got to be kidding.
Yeah. 100%.
Onside.
Okay.
Oh, penalty!
He yanked
That's a penalty!
He grabbed him like this.
Full on, he went like that.
It's
a penalty.
You've got to be looking at that.
Bar.
Who takes it? If it is Bale?
Dude, there was so much contact.
Wow.
I hope it's BK.
That has to
Bale
be.
takes it.
It has to be, right?
Chicho. Oh, he took out. That's right.
Chicho's not there.
You're right.
This is a great game.
That's it might be a penalty.
Yeah, but a continuation.
You went like that.
No, look it.
Top left shoulder.
He's in the box. You gotta.
What is the chat saying?
Oh, if it's a free kick at the edge, they might just do that just to be cute, no?
Right?
I feel like he stepped on him.
Okay, they're going to VAR.
Gerardo said contact starts outside the box but continues inside the box.
Continuation.
Okay.
See,
Yeah.
Gerardo knows.
It's a penalty.
He's our dude.
Wow.
Jesus says looks like it might be a free kick. I have to do that.
Look, I can. Something
kept
has
through
to
it.
happen. This is not a corner
Well,
kick.
if it's the pull and he says I played through it, and then this is a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's gonna.
my
They're gonna
God.
give
Oh
LAFC
my
something.
God.
The question is it a free kick?
Well, also a red card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
So if it's outside the box and it's a free kick, it's a red card.
I hope
if it's
so.
a penalty, it should be a penalty
Okay.
and a yellow. Right?
yeah. So it's a dogzo.
It's either dogzo, red card. Wow.
They're filming it outside there. There's a contact from behind.
He's in the box when he is on the line or in the box when the contact finally fouls him. He definitely starts the foul here. Starting. Then he gets his foot.
Yeah, the foot.
Either way, it's red card and a free kick from 19 yards, or it's a penalty and a yellow. There's nothing else to compete.
So they're checking for the penalty. They're checking if it's a red card. I don't know if they're checking if it's a free kick. I think we got to start thinking.
There's a lot going on here. Does Bale take it no matter where it is?
Yeah.
Free kick or penalty? Bale's taking it, right?
You guys are most confident in him.
But this free kick, that's such a hard free kick.
Yeah, it is.
It's like it doesn't pay off. The difference between that
does,
inches
yeah.
is a penalty, which has got a huge percentile to something. You almost want a free kick like a few yards
Look at his
back.
leg. Look at his legs. Yep.
I think it's I mean, I'm biased.
Okay, that I think is okay. That he's still up.
grabbing him.
But look, he jumps.
There's a cross.
that
He's
stump.
in.
That leg.
Yeah, he's in the box at this point.
For sure in the box.
Taking a long. Penalty. Penalty.
His foot is on the line.
Penalty.
Let's manifest it.
Penalty. So they're having a conversation. The VAR is talking to Ismail El-Fath, and they're fleshing everything out. If it's taking forever, I don't know if it's good or bad for us. I don't know.
At this point.
Anytime
I think they're looking to see if it's outside.
Anytime
I think they
MLS
really
referees are looking at anything, it's never good for us.
It's never good. I think they're really trying to say, was it outside?
They're like,
Can we call it?
We're not going to get out of Providence Park alive if we call penalty here.
Also, 89th
But
minute.
it has. But that's what a referee is. You live for these moments to be like, I know I'm right. I don't care what's happening, the way support or whatever. Like,
I would hate to be that ref right now. Just gotta say that.
I would too. But that's why you do this job to make big moments. I hate it when referees are like, well, the player's got to decide.
How could he not call that
in live
the
time?
game?
Right. Well.
It's clear cut from behind. You've got to call something. You can't say there was no foul.
Yeah, there's no way you're just.
That's horrific.
That's a corner.
There's no way you say that's a corner.
Oh. What the
Nothing?
No.
Disgrace.
This is a farce.
Disgraceful.
Are you kidding me?
Not even a free kick.
Okay, who is this ref?
He's the worst one.
Oh, really? He's known. Okay, makes sense.
So, wow.
Look at his face. Pure disappointment. That's ridiculous.
That's an absolute disgrace.
No. Oh. You're kidding.
Wow, I can't believe that.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Does he need some water? I think he's
And he just
delusional.
gave a yellow card to Murillo. I think Murillo's out for the next game.
I mean, am I blind? Am I not seeing something?
No, like what are we doing here? I mean, we went from it being either a free kick red card or a penalty yellow to no, still going with the corner.
Not at all. Nothing. 7. Oh, okay. 7 minutes.
I mean, I don't know what that helps.
I don't know.
Just shocking.
Hopefully, it doesn't kill the mood for LAFC right now. Hopefully, they're still pushing.
I mean,
that sucks. That's
well,
unfortunate.
Jen, so like I asked you that they have to pick themselves up. They're probably angry that they let in the goal, but now then a referee decision that slowed down the game, slowed down the momentum. Like your mentality. I mean, you have to be a monster to have a mentality to get through this.
Exactly. The goal was already bad, but come on. Let's go.
Whoa!
Teo.
Oh my.
Oh! God, what a great chance.
Oh, now Portland's on their feet.
I will say Portland.
Well, imagine he played that across the Bale.
Portland is a great place to see a game, and it's pretty loud, but they're not like it's not really intimidating.
Yeah.
No.
Not like.
It's not
our
like
people.
LAFC. Yeah, it's not quite the same monster.
This is great. LAFC.
Yeah,
I mean,
playing some passes.
they've got some really good. They've had 2 great looks here.
Try to keep the ball on the ground though. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it terrestrial. Oh, look at Bale.
There you go. What a.
Oh, Teo, come clean.
Let's go, Bale. Oh.
Oh no, Bale, gotta hit that better. Get it.
Better touch.
Good.
Good.
Okay, we're pressing.
And I'm in.
Get in.
There's that slip you were talking about.
Shoot that.
Oh, nice. Nice, Latif.
Doesn't he usually do that? Like his touch goes too far.
Latif is 18 yards and in, not the guy you want on the ball.
I remember that from last season.
Love him. Yeah, there was the 2019 season. He was finding some goals and assists.
Look at Ante Razov, that wry smile going, you've got to be kidding me.
Honestly, everything is like academic at this point.
Listen,
After that,
wait a minute.
How do you, this is?
If they changed it, if they said VAR, there's not enough to overturn that, it should have been whistled on the field.
Right. Sure. You know what I would love is another one of those pro explanations after we got after the Galaxy game, because I would like to see them explain that through. I really need like a full like Warren report breakdown.
Get in. Take him on, Denny.
There you go.
Get in!
Go,
Yes, Denny! Yes!
Wow, what a. Are you okay? I need to
Denny! The Manny!
He ran through everybody, and then the ball like disappeared because of the camera angle. We couldn't tell where
Favorite
it
player.
was.
He's my favorite player. Wow.
Print the 99 shirts.
Deserved
Everybody
it.
needs one.
Deserved it.
I'll buy it. Look at him. He's so happy. Oh, it's amazing.
Bring in Chiellini for the last 3 minutes. He knew he couldn't go down because he's not going to call a penalty.
Look at him go.
Oh my God.
Went right
oh my
through.
God. Slicing and dicing.
What a goal!
Finish is hard, almost on the seat of his pants.
He made their backline look.
How many more
irresolute.
cliches can I use? Wow.
Oh,
Did he meg him?
Yeah.
He's a part. Oh, two guys.
oh, I'm sick.
All the Megs, baby.
Did you just call him Dennis?
Yeah,
I'm gonna text Taylor. Hey, it's Denny.
oh my God.
Just going back to my prediction at the beginning of the game that Denny Bouanga was going to score a goal. Just wanna left it
he's
very, very
so
late.
happy.
Oh, the chat is going nuts. We're here.
Aw.
Never give up. Fight.
This is going to be the longest, like 2.5, 3 minutes of my life. Maxime.
Take your time.
The player Gabon, the best player Gabon has ever produced. Well, Jesus, we got to remember they had Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Yeah, Aubameyang's pretty good. But as of right now, I'd take him over Aubameyang.
I would take him over Aubameyang. Aubameyang's a bit of a strange cat. So
Yeah.
world-class goals from Bouanga and Velite. You got it right there.
Well deserved.
Everyone wants to do a road trip to Gabon. I'm in. I'm in. Who wants to go to Gabon?
I would
They named the
love to.
Gabonese capital.
I would love to. Tough to drive there.
Gerardo,
You gotta-
Bouanga better than Aubameyang. Right now, I said we both would take him. Look, his hair's all messy for the first time ever.
Oh, he's so cute.
Ox said he would also said that Bouanga would score. He did. Come on. Attention to detail. No, don't let the crosses in. No crosses.
So let's bring
Sebastian
everyone back.
Ibiaga came in for Bouanga.
Oh, Gareth. Kill it.
Yes.
It's going to go to 8 minutes. It won't stop at 7.
No way.
No, that's not. I don't need that.
Well, as long as it's not a corner.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, there's going to be at least another minute. Although he should do us a solid, just blow it at 7.
I still can't believe that call.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
I don't care what happens in this. There needs to be a whole inquest into that because that,
Yes.
again, just ridiculous. I need to know what the conversation was, or else there's no reason to have any confidence of these guys going into the playoffs.
Yeah, look, this has been tough. I defend the referees of pro all the time, and I'll continue. They're good guys. They do a good job, but there's just something not clicking. I don't understand the implementation of VAR.
I almost feel like, Max, they can't meet the moment. Like they're afraid to step in it, and they'd rather just be like, hey, if there's any way we could just not call anything, we will. And they generally do. That's how they seem to do it.
By the way, is there any doubt that Bouanga will miss a minute of the postseason? He's going to go 90 minutes for every game, and that's why.
I mean, he had a full preseason.
Did they pull him out? They pulled him out at the end.
They did pull him
right?
out at the end. Kind of a little curtain call for him. This is the last 15 seconds. Got to be.
Who came in for him?
Ibiaga. So they
Ibiaga.
added an extra.
Okay, it's 8 minutes.
Clear.
There we go. Come
Clear.
on.
Clear.
Oh, off the line.
Clear.
Oh, get in. Oh, wow.
High kick? I don't know.
Oh, lovely.
There.
We called the foul, but I love that Hollingshead did that.
Yeah.
This is it. This has got to be it.
Last 10 seconds for sure.
By the way, kick the ball as far as you possibly
coach is
can.
like-
There's no playing it short here. You kick the ball. I want you
Look
to
at
kick.
Carlos hugging.
Hit Timber Joey with the ball. You kick it as far as you can.
Champagne.
That's what I'm saying.
What a game. What a game.
Yeah.
You had everything.
Yeah, that is a dangerous play. We'll take that.
Oh,
stop.
don't you think? No.
Not in a
that's-
million years.
That's just embarrassing.
Actually, I want them to call it and view it and give him a penalty. Yeah! Yeah!
We're doing this. Max, you wanted it. You got it.
This is, yeah.
Oh, Paul Apodaca!
Security
Look, have you seen that from Steve?
He is so hyped.
Well, at Hanover, you don't have many chances to win much silverware, so he should live it up.
CONCACAF Champions League, Western Conference.
That's nice. Go straight over to the other coach before you get too wild.
Carlos Llamosa.
That's classy.
Aw,
Oh,
that's awesome.
they'll celebrate the Supporters Shield there. I don't know what the celebration next week's going to look like, but it's going to be bananas.
Yeah, if you don't have tickets already to the home game, they just went up.
By the way, Sunday I have the game at 2, and then I'm going to the Hollywood Bowl for Rufus Du Sol.
Ooh.
So I may not be alive Monday.
Are you
a fan?
I love Rufus. I didn't know you were a fan.
My wife got me into it, and then I went there.
Amazing.
And they're so popular in LA.
Yeah.
The tickets are so expensive here. And then in other cities, you can get it for $10. You can
Really?
You can see Rufus
Yeah,
Du Sol in Nashville for $10.
I was going to say, I'm sure in Cincinnati, Rufus Du Sol's not selling out.
Oh my God.
Connor. Look, aw.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Do you feel different? 2019 was our first, but it was like we knew we were going to, like 2019 was going to happen no matter what, right? It was like, I don't know, this one feels different, Max.
Yes, this one feels different because I think LAFC had a target on them, and we sat there. When they lost to Austin, everyone pounced on them.
Yep.
When Philadelphia got hot, Philadelphia is the best team in the league. And I go, wait a minute. It's like they were ready. It was like they already typed it out, the tweet, just waiting to press it to kind of let LAFC have it. This is a great bunch of guys, and I don't know why people got off the boil of them because there's a resentment because I don't want to put too many words, but there's a resentment because they brought in Bale and Chiellini, these Europeans, and the MLSers are going to look over them, and I'm like, look at them. Look at so-and-so beats Chiellini to the ball. Look at Bale can't beat an MLS. I go, it's more than, it's just, this is a team that's found a way, and they're the best team. We'll see if they can finish the job, but they don't have to leave Bank of California Stadium for the entirety postseason.
It's nice to get it done with now. Let's go back to Vegas. Connor Klopsis is with us. Connor, 2019 versus 2022 Supporters Shield winners. Does this one feel different? What are your initial thoughts?
Sorry, this might be a little loud. Let's fucking go, bro!
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Connor, we made a rule you can't curse unless it's dark out.
Can we pop open that champagne?
Oh yeah, run down and get that champagne.
Sprint.
Where is it?
Also,
Supporters Shield, pop it up.
your mom said Shield popped the bubbly.
Yep, my mom is saying we need to pop the bubbly, so Max has ran down there. But I don't, like, Max and I were just talking about it. It just feels different this year than 2019. What are your thoughts on that?
Ooh. It's one of these.
Guys, it's so loud here. This is like the perfect.
There's some cups there. There's no plastic.
Have you picked everyone up and you're like, hey, we won the Supporters Shield? They're like, what are you talking about?
No one cares, but everyone's still celebrating.
Good.
Aww.
Well, that's what, you know what? If you have to be anywhere where no one really cares but they want to celebrate, Vegas is the place for that.
That's so true.
Vince, I'm going to let Dennis Bouanga name my children.
There you go. Dennis Bouanga, you might have a Denny Kolopsis in the future.
Come on now. Okay, I'm gonna head out, guys.
Bye,
I'm
Connor.
in Vegas. We just won the Supporters Shield. Who knows what's next?
Connor!
Who knows what's
Connor,
next? I'll
don't
tell you
go
what's
anywhere!
next. MLS Cup.
Don't go anywhere!
Oh, yeah. Witness the popping of the champagne.
Oh.
Don't go anywhere!
Here we go.
Here we go.
Just Let's go. Let's go, boy.
Yeah! Yeah!
All right.
Chug.
Bye, Connor. Just remember, guys, it's not TV, it's YouTube. We could get crazy. Here's some cups, because we don't know what Max has.
I didn't put my lips on it.
You didn't?
Okay, maybe a little bit.
Hey, I'll
There we
tell you
go.
what, you did a much better job than
Max.
Andrew Wiebe did at the CONCACAF Champions League.
I know. I've done this before. Woohoo.
You just gonna go straight from the bottle, or would you like a cup?
I'm going to go to
You
a cup.
deserve to go straight from the bottle.
Well, we're going to cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, let's get up. If you guys have anything at home on the YouTube, by the way, you guys, I just want to thank everybody, all you guys present, everyone downstairs, the crew, everyone, but everyone on the YouTube to be here. We all got to witness history, second Supporters Shield in LAFC history. So let's cheers to that, a fantastic season. Let's cheers to Denny Bouanga.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to shake it, but I didn't want to get the thing.
Yeah.
We got the effect over.
That's awesome.
And let's, if we can, say something about our good friend here, Max Bretos.
Nothing's guaranteed. They might still take that, but
Nothing
I
is guaranteed. But let's cheers in good faith to Max Bretos getting to call one final game, and it be a Supporters Shield raising game.
Yes.
Oh.
He's got the shirt.
Man.
To go out. Sorry, I think I might have got him a little misty.
Iconic.
Dude, I've worked in all life. This is the job I always wanted. I wanted to be the broadcaster of a soccer team. And look, I did it with the Galaxy many years ago, and they treated me great, so I'm not going to say anything bad about them. But this is when this team came up. This was the dream where everything was set. And to be a broadcaster in the vein, I'm not comparing myself to the guy like Vin Scully or Chick Hearn, but to be the guy who calls his team in this beautiful city, the greatest city in the world. That is what I always wanted. So I get it, and
cheers to
pumped.
Cheers. Cheers to Max.
Number one thing for this great city, okay, right?
Wow.
Well,
City of Champions.
Yeah, City of Champions.
you. Yeah.
The most sophisticated sport fans. I'm telling you, people think LA, it's like they're flippant, but they know their stuff, and they're committed, and they cry, and they lose sleep. We always think about New York and Boston and Philly, but LA's right there. I don't want to say the most. I can't justify or
No,
determine
LA
that.
is a sports city.
But it's a
you and I
top
talk about this all the
sports
time. We lose our minds when people go like, LA's not a sports
Gerardo
city.
said Max Bretos will forever be the voice of LAFC.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh,
Thanks,
Gerardo.
Gerardo. We're gonna do the rest of the broadcast to the wide camera because we can't sit down after that. What else are they saying about our boy?
You know, the voice of LAFC, time for the cup, Vamos, cheers. You're basically the man in the match.
That's really nice, guys. And I'm not trying to attention, but I wanted that so much.
Yeah.
Because look,
Good for these coaches.
yeah, it's good for everybody. And, hey, Joe Madden, little Joe Madden side.
Joe Madden. Look at the little grin on Joe Madden's face.
Yeah, he knows.
Look at that run.
Look, we know it's MLS
That
Cup or
jog.
bust, but if things get tangled up in the playoffs, they can't take this moment.
Well, this is why you win the trophies, right? Because if the playoffs don't go your way and it's crapshoot, no one's going to remember you did anything unless you win the Shield and
Right.
you have that and you mark that down.
Let's see. They're interviewing Steve.
Yes! They shouldn't even let him talk.
They should just pour the game.
Yeah, just pour Gatorade on him.
Steve, this one's for you. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, come on.
I mean, normally we would be analyzing the game at this match, but there's nothing to talk about but the fact that they won the Shield.
Look at
Danny
it. Look at that
Bouanga.
content.
I think we just enjoy
Look
it.
at that smile.
I'll tell you what, Steve, we have to do the coaches show next week. After you wrap this up, we got to talk about this.
Cheers to Steve
On In Touch
Trundle.
with Steve Trundle.
Yeah, he sets the win record, right?
Yes,
He does.
now sets the win
Is he
record.
crying?
Oh, man.
Hey, Maxime Crepeau.
What a
comes
journey.
From Vancouver, where he's had some tough years, some lean years.
It was a weird transition. He wanted this, and he should have every right to be here. This is a dream position to be the goalkeeper of LAFC.
Yep.
It's a huge responsibility.
It's a hard
A
responsibility.
lot of keepers have come in and out. And if he didn't have a good season, guess what? They'll find someone else.
There you go. Most ever by first-year coach in MLS history. And I would say in the non-shootout era, too. Although a lot of those other ones were shootouts.
Look at the relief on his face, because we know he was getting tight at training. He was like,
This is the end of the season. I love that from Steve. He's like, what do you want me to say? Of course.
Like, I'm happy.
Yeah, Mojo, what are you talking
by
about?
the way, next week you can play Danny Trejo. You can play
do whatever you want.
Tony Leone.
Yeah.
You could play. You could do some things for guys. It's just going to be a celebration.
Well, yeah, I'm wondering, what do you guys think? Do you use the first 45 minutes to say, like, guys, let's get a little bit of playoff. Let's play those 45 minutes like that, and then say, okay, after that, it's like a preseason game and start just chopping and changing. I think that's maybe the way to
I would
go.
say so.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. It won't be super intense. I mean, but you're going to play a team that's going to be very intense. Nashville's playing for something.
And you don't, I mean, as much as it doesn't matter, you don't want to raise a shield after maybe losing a game.
Exactly.
That's tough, right? Because then you got to all come out there and smile. Although,
You don't have a game for 10 days, so you want to sort of maintain that edge.
That momentum.
So maybe they don't play.
There he is.
He's
Boom,
texting.
boom, boom.
So,
Who are you texting right
Look,
now?
I could text him right now.
Yeah,
You guys
let's
want to
go.
see? I got his number.
Send him a video.
He'd probably be like, thanks.
Thanks, but no thanks.
wow.
Oh, defenders are going to come in a second. I need a little more champagne. Hang with us if you are. If not, go get your drink of choice. You drink it up, day drink on a Sunday. If you got work on Monday, I'm sorry. Take it off. You know what?
all of LA take Monday off.
We've got work on a Monday because we'll be back for LAFC 360 at 1 p.m. But let's talk to defenders. Scarf and Philly. Did you find any champagne there at House of Football? They don't normally have that on the menu.
There was champagne going around.
Really?
What's left of my voice is back in the main room right now. Philly and I were going absolutely nuts. It was an incredible crowd here. And I mean, look, our new number 99 stamping his place in LAFC history. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Oh, I have no word. I have no voice. It's all gone.
Tell me about the swing of emotions going from we got a penalty, Gareth Bale's going to score a penalty, to, oh my God, it's just going to be a corner and it's nothing. And then Danny Bouanga just saying, just calling game. I'll boss this. What was it?
Philly, would you like to give your thoughts on that first?
Maybe when my heart can calm down, it's going to pop out of its chest cavity. I mean, the gamut of emotions is real. I mean, I shed a tear. That's how emotional I got. I was angry. I threw my hat to the floor when Portland hit the equalizer. And I thought, well, yeah, this is just fitting. We were playing on our back heels for far too long. This was inevitable. But man, Danny Bouanga certainly came out. He hustled his tail off like all game long. And there's just something about that 99. That number 99 has come through in the clutch. I'm not talking obviously about Bouanga. I'm just talking about the number in general. It's a number of greatness. And that was such a great goal. I'm at a loss for words, and I need to maintain my voice because I'm on 360 with you guys tomorrow. But it's going to be such a relief going to Bank of California Stadium next week, not necessarily having to worry. And Scarf had the tweet of the century saying, Cowabunga, we're having a party next week. And oh, by the way, Walker Zimmerman, you're invited.
Oh, wow. You guys are the masters of the puns and the putting it all together in that way. So I can't. You guys own that forever and ever. And I will say, for all of you, Monday, LAFC 360, 1 p.m. right back here on the 110 Football YouTube channel is where we're going to probably delve into deeper analysis. But right now it's all emotions. This entire postgame is in our feelings because that's all we have here, really.
Happy feelings.
I will also say that, look, if you have a distaste for the Portland Timbers, I don't know many of you do, you probably knocked them out of the playoffs with that Denny Bouanga goal because they have to win. They have to get a point against Real Salt Lake at Rio Tinto, and that's one of the best home field advantages. And Real Salt Lake,
altitude.
Hey,
knows
Salt
they need
Lake,
to win.
Salt Lake,
you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Actually, I don't even know what camera we're looking at anymore.
Nina
and Amanda, we need to hear from you. What are the feelings?
Yeah, I'm so glad you guys can see them now because I guess you guys couldn't see them earlier.
No, we just got told in our ears. We have an incredible producer in Chris Contreras who told us that they're there.
Yeah, we love Chris. Absolutely.
We love you, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Sorry for blowing out your eardrum earlier in the day, Chris.
I just, again, Ismail Elfath, I don't think will be on anyone's Christmas
Wait a minute.
card
What
list.
did you think about it? Give me your thought about that whole process.
Who was that to? Was that to me?
Yeah, the process of the VAR review.
My only question is it supposed to take that long ever? I mean,
no.
Look, you can debate whether or not it was a foul inside the box, outside the box, whatever, which it certainly was. And I can't believe we got no call. But to sit there for 2 or 3 minutes and look at the same series of videos, that something's wrong with that system. We have to fix that. So I think that was the real issue. Obviously, I think that it should have been at least a free kick from the top of the box, right? Because you're thinking,
and a red card.
Absolutely, and a red card. And you're thinking this is a Gareth Bale moment. This is what we're going to see right now. Here comes Gareth on the free kick. But
JR's losing his voice.
He's losing his voice. He's getting emotional. I mean, I got to steal the line from Slippy. He was saying, Don Garber had to get on the phone and extend it to decision day. That's what was taking so long.
Well,
MLS wanting to MLS.
That would have been a huge event for a broadcast to have it, but I don't buy into that too much. But JR,
it's for fun. Obviously, I don't think that.
I know. But
to be fair, though, that's the thing, though. When these referees are this bad and this inconsistent, those little things creep in and they give validity to that kind of talk.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. We have no choice.
Yeah.
And we hear Steve Cherundolo say it. Pat Noonan blew a gasket saying it. Coach after coach is saying it about the officials. You can't have that. You can't. The coaches know they have to be respectful of the officials. They don't call them out unless it's really bad, and it's been really bad. Mm-hmm. But the irony here, JR, what you said, the length of the review ended up helping LAFC.
Yeah.
Because he got the 95th minute goal.
Right?
So
right? Unreal.
Imagine he went in there and said, no, it's still no fault. I don't think he get to the 95th minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was at 94th.
I thought Bouanga was going to score in the 99th minute. The way that we were going, to match his
Seriously.
jersey number, it was unreal.
Yeah, and obviously, not to harp too much more on the refs, but what's scary is a lot of these refs that have been making questionable calls, we'll see them in World Cups. We'll see them in big international tournaments. So if they're playing at the highest caliber, revving at the highest caliber, you got to be worried.
Right. Well,
Scarf, you and Vince don't, because Italy's not going to be in the World Cup, so you're good. You don't
Why?
have to worry.
Why? Every time we do this, somebody's got to bring that up.
Wait. I got something. I got something to share. MLS website standings page. There's a little S next to LAFC. What does that
God,
mean?
I love that little S.
There
God, I
was
love that
an
little
X.
S.
Now there's an S where the X was.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? To have it now twice in our first 5 years really shows how much this club just is driven to keep that bar inching higher and higher and higher every year. But you know what? I think Philly said it once already, and we've all said it time and time again. All that means now is that this season is MLS Cup or bust.
Yep.
But at least, as Max said, though, at least you have something tangible to take from this season.
Yep.
It's we get in the CONCACAF.
Yes, heart palpitations.
We're in the CONCACAF Champions League, but this trophy is, again, we're going to raise it. It's an actual physical thing that you can always say. I remembered for 7 months, LAFC was the best team in MLS. No matter what happens over the next month, we got to watch them be incredible for 7 months. And also at home, they're incredible. So every time you went to bank, you were like, hey, pretty good chance I'll probably see a couple of goals and I'll get to walk out of here with a win. And not a lot of fan bases can say that.
It's gonna be fun.
Yep. And does Villa love the state of Oregon or what? Scoring in all 4 road matches in Portland? How awesome is that?
I like to think that Carlos Vela at some point when he retires, will just move up to the Pacific Northwest, get himself a little cabin, wear some flannel. No,
I don't know, Vince. They're going to accept him in Portland the same way we'd accept Chara if he decided to move to LA.
Well, that's why he's going to be in deep hiding, deep in the woods.
Right.
He's going to become a mountain man.
He'll be over there with like Aaron Kovar, right? No,
Big beard.
Charlie Lyon. He's living in Portland right now.
Aaron Kovar, too. Charlie Lyon, Aaron Kovar. Talk about deep cuts in the LAFC annals of history.
Sprinkled out with a little Callum Malice.
Ooh, Callum Malice, legit funniest guy ever to play for LAFC. Guy was hilarious. He was really
coaching
funny.
at Loyola in Chicago, I think, right now.
Also could hit the ball. Like if you wanted a guy to hit one from 30 yards out, Callum Malice could rip him.
Nice.
But that was about it. Love you, Callum.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. How would you pronounce Callum Malice's name in Italian? Callum Malache.
Malache.
I just want to say something. I just got a text from Al Rate over at Charlotte.
Is he
and
taking
he just
credit for
texted
this?
me. He just said, what can I say except you're welcome? So
Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Danny
Hey,
Rios.
listen, Al.
Thank you, Pablo Cisniega. Clean sheet.
Yeah, right after Charlotte won that game yesterday, I texted to him, thank you, and he didn't write back. So, hey, I already thanked you for that, buddy. But we are gonna thank you guys. Guys, live it up. Hugs all around. Give a hug to our good friend, Slippy. Thank you for joining us. I'm out of gas, man. This game ruined me. But thank you guys for joining us from House of Football. So enjoy the rest of your day. And if you are heading over to Wolfies to watch Angel City game, if you're in the chat and you're nearby, why don't you go join Angel City Chicks and the Defenders of the Bank and hang out and watch Angel City.
There you go.
it'll be fun.
Thank you guys. Love you all.
Love y'all.
Love you guys. We'll see you soon. All right, there they go.
By the way,
So-
champagne on an empty stomach. Kind of
Good hits. It's hard, right? Some would say that's actually the way to go.
It really is.
Especially on
More
a
bang
Sunday.
for your buck.
We got that Tesla. It's just putting in self-driving mode. Isn't that what it does?
Oh, that's nice.
Let's kind of wrap it up here. We've talked a lot about referees and we had to, so let's stay off that. But let's just kind of wrap it up. Our final thoughts, Jen. What can you say about this game going from elated to being like, oh my God, we got to hold on to this, to absolutely devastated, to even more devastated, to
I mean, honestly, hands down, this is the most fun LAFC game I've ever watched in the past probably 2 years since I started watching LAFC. So this is amazing to be with you guys too, especially you, and obviously always a pleasure.
Yes.
So let's freaking go win that cup.
I don't almost want to talk more after she said that. That was pretty good. That's like, you really, why'd you have to bookmark it that way? Like, really just close it.
Sorry.
Max, do you have any final
No,
thoughts?
it's great, and we get to celebrate it. But what Steve Chernow and his team did is so amazing for the club, and now they have a chance to play potentially 3 home games, serve this community, help the bottom line for the team, and it's just and hang on to it because not all the seasons are going to be like this. MLS, it's all going to even out. We saw that after 2019. We really struggled 2020, 2021 for them to come back here, have a design. And let's give some credit to John Thorrington, who, was given, he said, all right, fix this, get this going. And he got a goalkeeper, he got a defensive midfielder, he got Kellen Acosta. And then, I remember this first email where there was this talk about Gareth Bale. I go, this is a gag. And then it happened. And then Giorgio Chiellini. And then when you thought we didn't need anyone else, Denny Bouanga, who just scored the most important goal of the season. So,
wow. Yeah, I mean, for me, my mind does go back to December 2021, January 2022. Those were some dark days on the LAFC Twitter and everywhere where people were really down on this team. And you and I, first and foremost, which we've always been. And look, you guys come to us and you always shout about accountability and things like that. And I get it. These guys are accountable no matter what. Max and I are not the ones that hold them accountable. They either win or lose their job by what they do on the field. But we had faith in them because they had done it before. They built it from nothing in the first place. And we thought with Carlos Vela, just with Carlos Vela, you had a base to really build on. But they had Sifu. They had Diego Palacios. They had this really great base, and we just knew they needed to add some spots. But when I look back on it now this season, it's been all hands on deck. Yeah. 2019 really was the Carlos Vela show. There's been so many guys, and some of them aren't even here anymore. You got to think back to Ismail Tajori-Shradi scoring that worldie against SKC at the bank. You got to think back to what Danny Musovski did at times, and now he's at RSL, and hopefully he'll go on and thrive and flourish as a starting number 9 in this league. Mamadou Fall had some great moments before he Poncho even did some things. So
Brian,
this has been just really a team effort, and that's, I think, maybe might be the biggest thing for me. To your point, Max, with the Gareth Bales, with the Giorgio Chiellinis, and Carlos Vela should still be included as one of the most exciting, talented players in the league. But it's really been a whole cast. So this team, it feels like a team, and to just get this hurdle out of the way and now look towards MLS Cup, it's just going to feel that much more satisfying if they are able to pull it off. And I think that's where the differentiator between 19 and 2022 is. It just feels so many guys have contributed. And I want to, again, thank those guys, the Danny Musovskis, the Ismail Tajori-Shradis. They are as much a part of this Supporters Shield. And if they do any kind of ring or some kind of celebration, those guys all deserve, I believe, something as well.
Sure. And I wouldn't put it past LAC to try and get them involved and say you were part of it, because that's how this club does it. They do it the right way.
Part of our history. I mean,
all those guys that we talked about have been put in positions, for the most part, where they can succeed on their next chapter. And Daniil Henry, all these guys have been in positions.
Daniil Henry, another one.
It's a first-class club. I mean, and I always said, hey, it's a family. I'm like, yada, yada, yada. When push comes to shove, you're going to be a club. You can't help that sometimes, but by and large, they really do the best for their players, their employees. It's fantastic.
And when we mean all hands on deck, I mean everyone, and I'm including you guys in the chat. This is the first time that we've done this watch party in this style, and what a way to go. I mean, maybe we should just end it here because there's no way we're going to top it. But I think we really like it this way, and if you guys like it, let us know. We enjoy having you guys. We've obviously been shouting you out in the comments. And talking to you guys through this way. This has been a great way to interact with you guys, and we would love to do this next year. So kind of let us know the things you loved and things you didn't love. But I just want to say thank you to all you guys. It kind of wraps up our year in terms of watch parties for LAFC. Maybe we'll have surprises in the playoffs. But thank you for being a part of this. It was incredible. And guess what? It's not totally over, because Monday you can join us again at 1 p.m. for LAFC 360. It'll be myself, and I don't know who else, not Max Bretos.
I wasn't doing it because we were asked to put our October dates, and I forgot.
Yeah. Well, I do want to thank...
I did tell our producer, I won't mention it, goes, I'm pretty good in October.
I want to thank, Mr. October over here, Max Bretos. I want to thank Max Bretos, and hopefully he does get to call that final game.
No guarantees. No guarantees.
But a big thank you to Jen Muñoz, who came in a tough spot, super sub. And then my friend Christian Saavedra over here hanging out with us. It's been so great to hang out with you guys. See you on Monday at 1 p.m. right back here.